Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to SimPlay Motorsport. We are live here for the fun event here on the TOCA package night on an old faithful. We are back on Project Cars 2, and what a night's worth of racing we have ahead of us. It's going to be definitely an interesting night as we got the TOCA package tonight. A little bit of fun before the season starts in a couple of weeks' time. So make sure you're all signed up and ready to go for the new season. But this is an old favourite of ours that we haven't done in a very long time, and we haven't done on Project Cars, so we thought we'd bring it back just for a bit of fun. And if anyone does have the game and wants to have a little crack at this, then they're more than welcome to join us. But we are live here at Brands Hatch Indy for the first competitive race, which is, I believe, these Ginetta GT5s. And we have got all sorts of fun races tonight. I believe this will be a 15-minute race. And qualifying currently now on track. So all these guys are currently out doing their qualifying. And it is just a little bit of fun for the group here as they basically go around, set a lap time for qualifying, and then they'll have the little race that they have in these cars. Then we'll move to the next British circuit, which will be, I believe, we're going to be heading to Donington Park next. But yeah, I can't remember actually the list. I might have to try and find the list if I possibly can. But nonetheless, we will have a fun night's worth of racing ahead with all sorts of different vehicles that you would have seen on the TOCA package. I am trying to find the event. So we've got the Ginetta GT5s here at Brands Hatch Indy. Then we head to round 2, which will be the rookies at Silverstone Classic, the Clios at Donington Park, the Ginetta GT4s at Alton Park, the Porsche GT3s at Snet, and then we finish things off at the touring cars at Silverstone National for the 6 races. And there'll be 5 minutes of qualifying for each session, and then only a 15-minute race for each. Dry conditions here, and Monkey Boy is in with us tonight, and he's coming into the final corner. And it's a little bit weird coming back to the Project Cars game, but nonetheless, we are here, we're back, and where SimPlay made its home for a very, very long time, and it's kind of weird being back here. But Monkey Boy goes into P3. All these guys are on in default setups. So currently with us here tonight on the track, we've got Matahimovic, who's currently setting the pace at the minute, fastest of them all. We've also got the Mutts Nuts here as well. He's racing tonight as Max Mulder now goes up into P2. We've got Monkey Boy as well driving here with us this evening. And I forgot to mention, obviously, Max Mulder giving us a show this evening. We've also got Gary 131 returning back to his old faithful game. He loves a bit of Project Cars too, and he definitely was very good at this game. We've got Peaceful Explosion also joining us tonight. We've got Smoky Devil, and we've also got Nexus as well. So only 9 drivers with us. We were meant to have 11, but sadly a few of the guys had to pull out last minute. So sadly we haven't got all the drivers here tonight. As Hypertech says, I wish I didn't lend my PS4 to my pal, haha, because I think Hypertech probably would have loved to have jumped in, but Matt's still fastest as Max Mulder goes fastest now. As Matt got a little bit of a slipstream, does he go even faster? No, he does not. So it's Max Mulder, and he's got another lap time on the board. Here comes Gary. He goes now P2 ahead of Matt. Matt, no improvement. The Mutts Nuts goes P4. Peaceful Explosion to the line, no improvement. And just behind him is a laggy Sutty Apex, but Max is still on a lap, and already the first qualifying is done. As here comes Max Mulder now. He is on pole position, so this is just to extend the bragging. Matt, obviously a runner-up in these Ginetta GT5s, and let's see what he can do. He's got the challenge of Gary 131 to beat as he crosses the line. And Max Mulder is the man who starts on pole position for the first race here tonight at Brands Hatch Indy. So this should be a very fast race indeed. It's going to be quick, it's going to be interesting, and it's going to be the Dutchman on pole position. According to this, Matt is South African, so that's I forgot about that. Sutty's been disconnected, so hopefully he'll be back as well. We'll get the map up. Sati does join us, but he won't be able to make the Ginetta GT5s. He's been disconnected again. Just try and remember these buttons. I can't remember how Project Cars works, but it is Max Mulder from pole position, Gary 131, Matt Imovic. Then it'll be the Mutts Nuts, Monkey Boy, Peaceful Explosion, Smoky Devil, and Nexus. And I believe Nexus has only had a handful of laps around on Project Cars. He tried joining us for the I can't remember what we got Project Cars for now. I think we had some form of endurance race or something, and he tried to get in and he just didn't quite make it in time. I think it was I'm not sure what it was, but nonetheless we are about to go racing here at Brands Hatch Indy for the first race this evening. It's going to be fun packed racing. And who is going to take the first win tonight, as it's taking the guys a while to get themselves all loaded up and ready to go. And who do you think is going to win this first race? I don't know if we're going to be keeping an eye on points, so I don't know who's going to be the TOCA champion tonight. Maybe someone will be keeping an eye on notes, but we do get going here as we are now sinking in. Matt's found his flash button already. As the lights come on, the revs will rise. And we are green here at Brands Hatch, and Matt looked like he got a decent start. Max Mulder very slow off the line, and Matt is going to send it into turn one, leading them away as Max Mulder tries to defend for Gary 131 as they head into turn one. Gary sending it on Max. Max around the outside of Matt, and Matt's gone off into the gravel all by himself and takes the lead and drops all the way to the back of the pack. And he's now in last place position. Gary now leads from Max Mulder, from the Mutts Nuts, then Monkey Boy, Dennis Smoky Devil, Peaceful Explosion, Nexus, and Matt at the back of the pack as they all funnel their way through the middle sector now, and it's still Gary leading the way, and these cars are fantastic in the slipstream as Max Mulder sends it down the inside of Gary 131, and he's going to make contact with Gary. Gary stays strong and stays in front of him, and it gives the Mutts Nuts a great exit and looking to hunt down Max Mulder. He's in the slipstream, he's in the tow. Can he find a way through? Meanwhile, Peaceful and Nexus have fallen quite far back, and that's allowed Matt to work his way through, but here comes the Mutts Nuts to the outside of Max Mulder. Max Mulder stays to the inside, he defends it and holds on as they head up towards the hairpin. This is giving Gary the opportunity to stretch his legs. Meanwhile, Monkey Boy is still within reach. And all these boys, some of them who haven't raced on these for a while, are still just trying to remember all their braking points and how this game works. But right now, Gary's still leading them away as we see there Smoky Devil looking to make a move on Monkey Boy. And Monkey Boy's just hanging in there, Matt, of that poor start, dropping to the back of the pack and really struggling to get on these guys. As, oh, there goes Smoky Devil. He's had a moment, he's on the grass, and he's spinning, and he's gone round. So, Smoky having a moment, and they did say this is going to be fun, and already is showing to be rather interesting. Gary still leads, though, from Max Mulder, from the Mutts Nuts. Monkey Boy in fourth, Matt Imovic in fifth, Nexus is in sixth, Peaceful seventh, and Smoky Devil now at the back of the pack. But Max is really starting to hustle the back of Gary 131 once again, as Gary is hanging in there. A Project Cars expert, and he has got Max Mulder hunting him down, looking to try and find a way through if he possibly can, but can't seem to find the gap at the minute as they all funnel their way through into the final sector. And Max Mulder there trying to get a better exit, try and get the run he wants, and Gary's just hanging in there defending his line. And right now he's doing a good job as Max Mulder is looking to send it down the inside. And he can't quite get the job done. And Gary stays in front once again, hanging on to that race lead. The Mutts Nuts just hanging on to these guys at the minute. And Monkey Boy has just dropped off the back of him. As you can, I forgot how great the Project Cars is. Tells us the lap times as we go along. And a 50.8 from Max Mulder. He is flying at the minute, but obviously the toe of Gary 131 is helping him out at this stage. Meanwhile, Matt has now caught Monkey Boy, and this is going to be an interesting scrap, as Matt will try and find a way past Monkey Boy, and if Matt can't find a way past Monkey Boy, then he's going to be really struggling with Pro-Am possibly teaming with a driver that's been with Monkey Boy for many, many seasons. As Matt's going to go around the outside of Monkey Boy. That was a great run that Matt had. And Monkey Boy is going to try and stay strong to the inside. He's going to have the shorter run. He's going to have the shorter line. Max Molnar, meanwhile, is within a tenth of Gary 131 as they head towards turn 1. But I don't think anything's going to come of it, as Monkey Boy is going to hang in there onto the inside, and Matt's going to have to go the long way round, and he can't find a way through at the minute as they head up towards the hairpin. Go back to the front. Gary 131 still holding up Max Molnar. This is allowing the Mutts Nuts once again just to creep a little bit closer. Bit by bit, he's getting into this fight. Matt, meanwhile, still can't find a way through on Monkey Boy. Smoky Devil and Nexus are having a scrap as well, so fights up and down the grid. Track limits don't exist at the minute, so Matt and Monkey Boy really pushing the exit curb there. And Matt still can't find a way through. Monkey Boy doing a fantastic job of defending. Matt gives him a bump, and that's, if anything, going to slow him down. Monkey Boy stays in front, and he's going to defend that inside. Meanwhile, Max Molnar still not close enough to Gary 131 as they head towards turn 1. As we go on board with Matt, and this is his view. He's looking to find a way through on Monkey Boy, and there's the sender, and that was a little bit rude from the pair of them. Monkey Boy's gone off, Matt's gone off. There is Nexus, he comes through. Will Smoky Devil work his way through? Yes, he does. Peaceful, meanwhile, a little bit further back. But this is the view from the Mutts Nuts. He can see the two in front. Oh, as he's touched the curb, and around he goes. Off goes the Mutts Nuts, and that's going to benefit Matt. Well, is it? Because there is Matt. The Mutts Nuts had quite a gap, so the Mutts Nuts actually hangs on to that position. So the Mutts Nuts, with the healthy lead that he had over Matt, has managed to stay in front. Meanwhile, Gary has decided to put the wipers on. He's doing a Dean Wasaki, and he's going to gain a little bit more brake horsepower now he's got the wipers on. But Gary 131, is he about to win another a race? It's been a while since Gary 131's won a race, and at the minute he's holding off Max Molnar. Meanwhile, the Mutts Nuts has got Matimovic for company. Smoky Devil is chasing down Nexus. Peaceful is struggling to get onto the back of Monkey Boy at this stage. But right now, your scrap is still for the top two. Max Molnar versus Gary 131, and Max really trying to hustle that Ginetta and try and find a way past on Gary 131. Sutty has got into the server, so hopefully he'll be able to do the next race, which will be the rookies around Silverstone Classic, which is basically our version of Thruxton. And once again, no room for Max Molnar to find a way through. As long as he defends that inside, Gary, he should be fine, as Nexus loses out to Smoky Devil, and through he goes. As Max Molnar got a little bit closer once again, but no way through for Max at this stage, as they're still soldiering on through. I said it's such a shame that we haven't got more drivers. It would have been awesome for all these cars to fill up, but nonetheless, we are sticking with the 8. We got Max looking to the inside, but thought better of it, and he drops further back. Meanwhile, Matt is on the back of the Mutts Nuts. The Mutts Nuts trying to hold off and hold on to that third place position as it stands. And Nexus is also sticking to the back of Smoky Devil at the minute. He's slowly but surely picking up these cars, picking up this game, and learning how to be quick in these cars, as it's not going to be very long until they switch cars. But Gary still hanging in there. Max Molnar, meanwhile, all over the curb, and down the hill they come. Meanwhile, Matt's got a run on the Mutts Nuts as they head up towards the hairpin, and the Mutts Nuts closes the door. Matt can't find a way through at this stage. As we go on board with Matt on helmet cam, and this is what Matt can see right now. He's trying to find a way through on the Mutts Nuts. As you see just ahead, Max Molnar and Gary 131 going at it once again. There is Max. And is he going to try and send it into turn 1 again? No, both of these two in the 50s. Everyone else there in the 51s and the 52s. We're here in Mike's case, you're in the 54s. And right now, Mike is Peaceful Explosion is going to get caught by these two if he's not too careful. So we'll see how that pans out. Meanwhile, Matt still can't find a way to run the Mutts Nuts. Smoky Devil has pulled a gap on Nexus. Monkey Boy is just within reach of him, as Max Molnar has got the overlap on Gary 131. Gary's gonna barge doors with Max Mulder, and Gary goes off, and Max Mulder takes the lead of this race. So Max now leads from Gary 131. Gary's lost the rear, and that's going to allow Max to disappear into the distance. Can Gary hunt him down before the end of the race? That is the question. Matt seems to look like he's lost a little bit of time to the Mutts Nuts on this lap. So Mutts Nuts crossing line. And yeah, Matt not quite on the pace of Mutts Nuts, as once again Smoky Devil has pulled a gap on Nexus. Monkey Boy isn't too far away either. Peaceful is slowly but surely catching the pack. He's done a 53, he's now in the 52, so Peaceful Explosion finally getting some time after he takes a couple of laps. He finally gets the gist of it and starts catching the leaders. But Matt still can't find a way through on the Mutts Nuts at this minute. He's still got 5 minutes though left of this session. Gary has seemed to have lost all pace at the minute, as Max Mulder does a 51.7. Gary comes the line and does a 54.5. So Gary's just struggling at this stage. He's actually slower than the guys behind him, which is the Mutts Nuts and Matt. Matt trying to find any opportunity to find a way through, and that's one thing I've definitely not missed. That's Matt's flashing like mad on project cars. And here they come up towards the middle sector now. Once again, Matt is still trying to find a way through. Any simple mistake that Mutts will make, Matt will find a way through. And Matt looking for any opportunity to work his way through. There's the door, but the Mutts Nuts just shuts the door firmly shut, and Matt can't get through. This is really the only fight that we have on track at this stage. Oh, Mutts Nuts looks like he's gone wide, but Matt's touched the curb a little bit too much. The rear end became unhappy, and he just made a mistake there, but he's still going to send up into the hairpin and can't quite get the job done there. So once again, the Mutts Nuts just hanging in there. Matt, meanwhile, runs a little bit wide. Max's lead is maintained as Gary gets himself back onto pace. But once again, Matt looking for any opportunity to find a way through on the Mutts Nuts, but can't seem to find the gap that he needs. Max at the minute in the 50s again. He's finding the pace. He's very, very consistent out in front. Let's see you guys in the chat. As the Mutts Nuts still hanging in there. The rest of the guys behind all kind of spread out evenly. Taking Peace for a while, but he's now starting to lap faster than Monkey Boy and the guys ahead. He was 1,000 slower than Monkey Boy then, as Matt is even more closer to the Mutts Nuts now. As they go through into the final sector. Matt still got a little bit too close earlier on. And now it's affecting his whole run. And there he lost a second to... Ooh! Matt's had a big snap. He's gone off. Smoky Devil isn't close enough to capitalize, and I think that will really set the race now. No one's really close to anyone at this stage. But if you are watching the stream right now, guys, please drop a message in the Discord. If you have got Project Cars 2 and want to have a go in this fun event, then please head over and message either myself or Matunovic, and we will try and get you into the session. But Max leads the way. Gary sets the fastest lap there, 50.6. He's finding some pace. The Mutts Nuts has some breathing space over Matt now, who's got a little bit of breathing space over Smoky Devil. as they all cross the line now. Nexus currently in 6th, with Monkey Boy not too far behind either. And then Peaceful Explosion. Oh, he's in the 51s now. Peaceful starting to get speed and momentum. Oh, he's back to a 52. But the leaders, once again, coming back through. And like I said, there's really no real action happening. Matt is probably the only one closest to anyone. And that to the Mutts, Nuts and Smokies actually catching Matt as well. So Matt with his little wiggle earlier on, losing out. As the leaders matching each other by the 1,000th. So great stuff there from those boys. And we have got less than a minute left of this session. So we'll probably have this lap and one more of Brands Hatch Indy. And through into the final sector comes Max Mulder. He will come across the line for one more lap. And he will win the first race with the Ginetta GT5s at the Brands Hatch Indy circuit. And next we'll be going to Silverstone Classic, aka the Formula Fords, or rookies as they are called on this. By Max Mulder leading the way, and Gary starting to gain some pace, but it's too little too late now, as Max Mulder is looking good for a race win. Matt starting to get onto the Mutts Nuts again, but again, too little too late. Smoky Devil matching Matt as well towards the end here, as all these guys coming to the end of their race. And into the final sector we go. Max Mulder is going to start things off tonight, and he is going to win the first race as he exits the final corner. Max Mulder wins the Ginetta GT5s here at Brands Hatch. Congratulations to Max. One win to him. Gary's going to come home with a solid P2. With the Mutts Nuts hanging in there. I think he's had a little bit of a wobble somewhere. And Matt is getting a little bit closer, but not quite close enough. So the Mutts Nuts is going to come home and take that third place position ahead of Matimovic, ahead of Smoky Devil. Nexus is then going to come home for 6th, with Monkey Boy in 7th and Peaceful Explosion in 8th. As through goes Nexus, across the line goes Monkey Boy, and in 8th place comes Peaceful Explosion. So one final run through of the order. It was Max Mulder, your race winner, from Gary131 with the fastest lap as well, with the Mutts Nuts in 3rd, Matimovic in 4th, 5th was Smoky Devil, 6th was Nexus, Monkey Boy was 7th, and 8th was Peaceful Explosion. Right, now as these boys will now start to change their settings and go to the rookies, this gives me the opportunity to tell you guys about the season coming up. Sorry, it's Donington Park, which is next. I thought, for some reason, it would have been the rookies around Silverstone Classic, but apparently we're going Donington Park first, but hey-ho. Yeah, but this gives me the perfect opportunity to let you guys know about the new season coming up in about 2 weeks' time. Please head over to the sign-up sheets on SimGrid and also on Discord. If you haven't done your hot stints either, you will not get into the season. The whole reason for the hot stints is so we know exactly which category to put you in, the Pro or the Pro-Am. And make sure you have signed up to that. And yeah, it's going to be an interesting season for sure. Myself is going to be back in the Pro category, and Matimovic will give you the Pro commentary this season, and he'll be in Pro-Am in he will be in a restricted car. We've learned that there's a way of restricting it. And give me just 2 seconds. Sorry about that, guys. I just had a Gary ringing me thinking I was hosting the session, but it's actually Matt. Yeah, so make sure you get yourself signed up. We do have the Pro and Pro-Am categories. Good evening, everybody, to PN in the chat, Hypertech, Micro J's, obviously Nexus as well, Dan Davis, aka myself, and Peaceful Stepdad as well. Good evening, everybody. And also, I believe some of the boys are streaming as well, so head over to their streams. I believe Matt is streaming on the Gaming Welshman 5. Peaceful Explosion is streaming on YouTube. Monkey Boy, I believe, is streaming on Twitch as well. And yeah, if you want to see their POVs and hear the laughs and giggles that they're all having, I can't obviously comment on the language, so if there is some foul language, I have nothing to do with it. But yeah, like the idea is this is all just a bit of fun, a laugh and a giggle. So and I said it's based off the old TOCA package that they used to have for the British touring cars. And yeah, we had the touring cars, we had the Clios, we had which we still have now. Not these versions, not the Formula 4s, but we did also have the Formula 4s, which I believe they're having an upgrade, as is F2 this season. So a lot of these cars, oh, press the wrong buttons. All these cars are having an upgrade and change. Sutty Apex is now into the session, and we are at Silverstone Classic. But for us, this is Thruxton as such, because it is a very fast circuit. And you can already see the struggles that Sutty's having. And he is a pad master, and he's struggling at the minute. So if we get the track map up, and you can see why we call it Thruxton, it's very simple. It's very, like I said, very Thruxton-esque. Very fast first corner into a flowing left-hander, into a slow right-hander, which would normally be the chicane, the complex, as it would have been known, and then into the back end of the circuit, which you have pretty much most of the circuit is flat out through here. But on this game and in these cars, it's probably a lift and a drop down a gear as Gary's done, and hold on tight by the sounds of things as Matt sends it around. I think Matt is in ahead of us. Yes, he is. The key is now these lot will be wanting to get a slipstream, a tow. Also later on tonight we have the Ginetta GT4s, another package that used to be with the TOCA group until Ginetta pulled out, I think they pulled all of their championships now, I believe, and it's just Clios these days. Not Clios, they're Minis. And we've also got the Porsche Carrera Cups, but in this case we'll have the Porsche GT3s and obviously the main show, which are the touring cars. But through a lap here with Gary 131, and it's definitely a it's just took them one lap just to get around, so they literally got possibly only 2 laps to get this done. So it's Sutty now in the session. He's leading the way. Who is behind him? I believe he might be followed by, is that Monkey Boy behind him, or is it Nexus? No, Nexus is just into turn 1. It is Monkey Boy who is following Sutty Apex. I do have to say, the one thing that ACC has that's a lot better than Project Cars is the numbers. The numbers do help to know where people are on track. The little white dots don't really give me enough information to know which driver is where. So it is Sutty, and I have to figure it out from there. So Sutty is out in front as he's touching the grass, and he can't get off the grass. Then we've got Monkey Boy behind him. Matt Ahimovic is just behind Monkey Boy. Gary was behind Matt by quite a bit, and there he is. We should then have... is it... No, it's not the Mutts Nuts. Maybe... It was Nexus behind Gary, and Peaceful was behind the Mutts Nuts. Yep, there he is. And Smoky Devil and Nexus are at the far end of the circuit. But it's going to be Sutty to complete the first lap, taking out the bollards already. And across the line he comes, a 1:44.6. Then it was Monkey Boy, 46.1. Matt goes at 44.2. Gary's next with a 45.2. So all these guys, Matt's setting the pace at the minute in these smaller cars. Sutty's at a moment and in the wall, so he won't be improving. Nexus goes P4. The Nuts goes P5. Who's next to the line? That is Peaceful Explosion. And he goes P7. And it's now just Max and Smoky Devil left to stead a lap time for the first lap. And then they'll all complete their final lap. Sutty Apex will probably not improve now. He's been in the wall, so he's pretty much done for qualifying. He might be giving somebody a tow. Into the final sector comes Max Mulder. And he goes P7 with Smoky Devil coming across the line now. And he will go P9. Where is Sutty? Who is he giving a tow? He is giving Nexus a tow. So we should be seeing Monkey Boy, I believe, will be the first car to come across the line now, with Matt right behind him. Gary's on his own, so he ain't going to be getting a tow. So whoever gets the best slipstream will probably be the one who's going to start on pole position at the minute. Matt was the one who set the pace, and Monkey Boy currently 1.2 up on his best, as I believe some of these boys will start to improve. Gary comes across, he's 1.1, so at the minute he's looking good for pole position, but Matt is getting a tow off of Monkey Boy, and Monkey Boy has improved. Here comes the leading cars, Monkey Boy towards the line, he goes P3, Matt extends his gap, and through into the final sector comes Gary 121. Will he go quicker than Matt? Not quite, he goes 3/10 behind. Sutty will not improve. Nexus towards the line, and he goes P3 now. And who should we have next? Peaceful isn't a million miles away. It's the Nuts, and he goes P4. Then it's Peaceful Explosion next to the line. Can he improve on P8? Towards the line he comes. He goes P7 ahead of Max Mulder, who's currently on a lap time, and he's 9/10 up on his best. That should put him back ahead of Peaceful if he can nail the final sector. Smoky Devil, meanwhile, he's 8/10 up as well. He's not going to go up massively high. Max has made a mess of the final chicane. That's going to lose him all the time he had. And he stays, he goes ahead of Peaceful just at the end there. Will Smoky jump the pair of him here? As we will find out in a few moments' time. Did Smoky jump them? He did. He goes to P7 himself. So it's Matt from Gary from Nexus, the Nut, Sutty Apex, Monkey Boy, Smoky Devil, Max Mulder, and Peaceful Explosion. And as you can see here as well, side by side, staggered grid. This is going to be a fun and interesting race for sure. And if you haven't done so, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell to be notified, because the season will be starting very, very soon, as we have got a brand new season with loads and loads of potential fun this season, with some new cars making their debut as well, new drivers making debuts as well, new teams, new driver lineups. It is just going to be an awesome season, and also the introduction to crossplay as well, so we could see some Xbox drivers as well, which is exciting to see. We have got a couple of evening races. As we got an evening race again, a morning race and a night race, and the calendar will look like this. It starts on the second week of February, or the first week, I think. Yeah. Sorry, the first week of February. It's half a week when it starts. So it'll be Donington Park will be the first race of the season with Zolder for round 2. Round 3 will be Nürburgring. Round 4 will be Imola. Round 5 is Autumn Park. Round 6 is Silverstone. Round 7 will be Monza. Round 8 will be at Suzuka. Round 9, Spa-Francorchamps, and round 10 will be at Kyalami. And I'm pretty sure next season as well we'll be introducing the American packs as well. As the lights come on, the reds rise, and away we go here at Thruxton. Who's going to get the best start and who's going to make contact with these open wheels? And there's already contact. There we go. Cars go round. Nexus is on his roof. Monkey Boy's going to try and roll it over. Matt's gone over Monkey Boy. at the back of the pack. And oh God, Matt, that's not how you take turn one. Oh, I forgot they got damage as well. I'm sorry, hang on, I'll get my composure in a minute. Matt, that's not how you... Peaceful Explosion leads away from Slutty Apex from Max Mulder. Smokey is in fourth. Gary 131 is in fifth. Sixth is the Mutts Nuts. Seventh is Matimovic. Eighth is Monkey Boy. And Nexus has returned to the pits after retiring. Monkey Boy seems to have car issues. I think he gave Nexus a wallop as now Sutty leads. And Peaceful just needs to stick on the back of these guys. But oh, sorry, it's just they just can't help each other. They just end up just all ploughing into one another. Fantastic stuff. Peaceful is sticking to these guys at the minute. Somebody else has retired. I believe that was Monkey Boy, so he's returned back to the pits. Matt has got major damage. Oh God. That was brilliant. We're not going to get very far with this one. Matt's going to be in the pits for a while. As Sutty still leads. He's at a moment as Max Mulder goes off as well. Peaceful will probably retake the lead now. Nope, he's worked his way past Max as Sutty runs wide. Gary's having a scrap here with the Mutts Nuts. The Mutts Nuts is trying... I just saw the clip again on my phone. They just pincered one another and rolled Matt. Absolutely brilliant. There is the state of Matt's car. There's not a lot left of it. Gary's now dropped behind the Mutts Nuts as Max is trying to find a way back on Peaceful, and Sutty Apex leads the way after dropping it and qualifying it and putting it in the wall. He's now leading this race ahead of Peaceful, who was pretty much at the back with Max Mulder. These two now fighting for second place in this race. Smoky Devil is slowly but surely creeping onto the back of him, and Mutts Nuts and Gary are flying as well. Matt's now coming out the pits. If I was Matt, just for entertainment purposes, I would wait for the rest of them to come along and have a bit of a laugh. But yeah, I think I want to say us boys in the Nations Cup did a lot better than these guys in the TOCA night. As Peaceful was going to try and... he's lost the place to Max now. Max has got back through. Smoky Devil is now under pressure from the Mutts Nuts and Gary 131, who both, I think, were the two fastest of them all. No, Sutty on his own at 43.3. He's the second fastest, with the Mutts Nuts being fastest overall with 42.8. And Peaceful has a moment, and that's going to allow Max Mulder to come back through. Oh, don't touch tyres, lad, because you know what happens then. Matt is on and lows himself. As here comes Peaceful. He's going to try and get back into the toe of Max Mulder. And then you got the Mutts Nuts also slipstreaming on the back of Smoky Devil, who they're all... Oh, Peaceful and Max Mulder come together. They have a little bit of a door rub. I say door rub, there's no door there. Smoky Devil, meanwhile, is looking at all this thinking, yes, I'm going to have some of the action. This is on board the Mutts Nuts, and you can just see the gaggle of cars ahead of him. Gary's probably sitting and watching this thinking, oh, come on, boys, get together and I can take second. All this is fighting for second place in this race. 5 cars going at it, and Sutty's all on him loose himself. He is long gone. There's 3 wide here, going into the final chicane. Peaceful's on the inside. Smokey's going to hold it brave, but he's not brave. They just managed to squeeze through. Where's Gary? There's Gary as well. So this is brilliant stuff from these guys. Oh, Smokey's on the grass, and he's got himself back on. Sorry, Max was on the grass. That's the Mutts Nuts now sending it on Smoky Devil. as they all work their way through turn one. And sorry, Smoky Devil has actually got back through. Peaceful is the one who's going backwards now. He's enjoying second place for ages, and he's now dropped behind these guys. Matt probably still bored out of his mind. Sutty's probably sitting there thinking, where are you boys? I'm long gone. What's happening? The Smoky Devil is now pulled away from this lot. Not been the fastest, but he has stayed out of trouble. Now Gary's got the toe of the Mutt's Nuts. Max Boulder's had a moment, so he's dropped to the back. Gary 131's going to send it on the inside. And gets ahead of the Mutt's Nuts. Peaceful Explosion now on the back of these two. He is going to be getting the toe from 3 cars. And you can tell like we've got so used to driving on ACC, we just, when it comes to these cars, we have no clue on what we're doing anymore. Just think that we used to run the championship on this game. Used to be GT3s, and now we can't even seem to drive single-seaters as the Mutt's Nuts is going to send it. We go 3 wide once again into the final corner. Gary goes brave around the outside. He's done it before. He does it again, and he passes 2 cars instead of 1 this time. Gary pulls it off as Peaceful now comes down the inside of Smoky Devil. So it's easy to go from 2nd back to 4th, and I'm pretty sure Gary is going to probably get mugged by all these guys now as they all start to tow each other once again. Once again, Sutty's in the pounds. He's long gone into the distance. Gary's now giving the toe to the Mutt's Nuts, who's giving the toe to Smoky Devil, who's also giving the toe to Peaceful Explosion. These two, they're going to go 3 wide into the right-hander. Oh, Gary's lost the rear, but he's caught it. That's going to slow him down. And, Smoky and Peaceful nearly come together. Max has got damage, so he's come to the pits. And these 4, Gary's trying to break the toe. Mutz is like, nah, I'm not going to be messing around doing that. And Peaceful now in the toe. Oh, Smoky down. Oh, there goes the rear wheel for Peaceful. Oh my God. Peaceful's out of this race. He's lost a wheel. Smoky Devil taking out Peaceful Explosion, and Peaceful's just stopped at the side of the road. Again, Matt Warner's lost himself. He might have... he's going to pass Max, I think. Yep, he's passed Max, so Matt is up another place. And here comes the Mutt's Nuts again on Gary. Gary sends it around the outside. Slides it across the corner. And Smoky Devil just behind them as well. Oh God, what brilliance this is. The Mutt's Nuts going to go down to the inside. The Peaceful still parked up and can't move as he's lost drive to 1 wheel. And the Mutt's Nuts now goes ahead of Gary 131. Gary 131 sitting in the tow again for the Mutt's Nuts. Smoky Devil's just behind them as well. Oh God, this just makes me look more forward to the ACC season. That's again in 2 weeks' time, and if you haven't done so, then head over to the SimGrid and get yourself signed up so that you can be a part of the ACC action on our first ever cross-play season with Xbox and PlayStation 5 all coming together for a fantastic season ahead with some awesome tracks we got planned as well as they all head up towards the far end of the circuit. Peaceful still parked up and ghosting. Sutty's pretty much got this in the bag unless he does something really stupid. I know it's Sutty, that could happen. But Mutz, Gary and Smoky all still going at it. Matt is all on his lows himself. Not really doing anything. Max is now in 6th. So it's really just the fight between these 3, and now Smoky and the Mutt's Nuts going at it. Oh, Smoky's gone wide. That's going to allow Mutz to have another crack at Gary 131. Into the chicane they come. Gary holds his line. And I believe all these guys are in one party as well. So, yeah, it's definitely all these guys will be chatting to one another, having a right old laugh. And this is the whole point of this. It's a good giggle. It's a good laugh. And this was going to be the chaotic one for sure. And it's definitely delivered. We forgot about the damage. And, you know, some of these guys will not be too happy that damage is on. But you know, that's the fun of racing. That's what happens in real life. As Nuts and Smokey still towing one another to try and catch Gary, but they're too busy trying to pass and overtake one another. Gary once again trying to break the tow. Smokey's going with Gary. The Nuts not really wanting to play ball. And he's going to go around the outside of Gary 131. And around the outside goes, or the inside goes Smoky Devil. Now he goes back ahead of the Nuts. That was fun. The slightest of touch and took my wheel off, says Peaceful. That's how delicate these cars are. I should have really had the damage off of these ones, shouldn't we, Peaceful? Gary again trying to break the tow. Sutty's losing time. I think he's deliberately backing up, maybe, to have a bit of fun. All these guys are just lapping a lot faster than him. And Gary just sends it into the chicane. They're doing 42s now, while Sutty's doing 44s. So if Sutty's not too careful, these guys will catch and pass him. As they're finally working as a 3 to catch Sutty, maybe. Possibly so. I don't think Sutty's really let off. Unless he has and he just wants to have a scrap. But he'll want at least one win tonight. If he's on the pad, then the Sutty's really going to be missing project cars too. I believe this game came out, when was it? 2017 this game came out? So it's been a while. The Smoky Devil has a run on Gary 131, and the Nuts is sending it on Gary as well. We're going to go 3 wide now into the right-hander. The Nuts sends it. Gary, with no fear, keeps it pinned and stays ahead. Smokey goes off. Gary touches the grass, loses the rear a little bit. Smokey keeps it on track. And while this is all going on, they're slowly catching Sutty in front. Matt is not really going to be doing anything there. He's stuck in 5th place. Max Mulder probably bored out of his mind as well with no one to chase. It's just these 3 having a scrap of their lives. And let's hope we see some amazing action. We will see amazing action like this on ACC for the new season that comes ahead. As Smoky Devil now gets the run on Gary 131. It's Gary going to hold it strong once again to the outside. Here comes the Nuts. They go into the corner. They make contact. Gary's lost the wheel. Gary's lost the wheel. The Nuts is in the fence. And Smoky Devil is in 2nd place. Gary is out of this race. He is done. Matt is going to get 4th place just due to the other drivers taking each other out. Oh my God. So it's from Sutty, from Smoky Devil, from the Nuts. Gary is out. Matt is in 5th. Max Mulder is in 6th. So Max should pass Gary. Gary's trying everything he possibly can to get that car into the pits. It is not happening. There goes Max. He's unlapped himself from Gary. But Sutty Apex is going to win a race here. Oh God, after the chaos of everyone taking each other out, we lost Nexus, we lost Monkey Boy, we lost Peaceful, and now we've lost Gary 131. There's a yellow flag in the final sector for Gary 131, who's trying to get his car to move, but it's not happening. Here comes Matt. He is going to love this. He comes into the final corner, and oh, he hits he hits the wheel of Gary 131. He goes off. Matt goes up into 4th place now. As Sutty Apex comes into the final corner. And to win the rookies race, Smoky Devils drops it in the final corner. Where's the Mutts Nuts? There he is. The Mutts Nuts might get second here. Yes, he will. The Mutts Nuts gets second place. Across the line he goes. Second place for the Mutts Nuts. Smoky Devil is going to come home for third. Monkey Boy's just left the session. And Matt is going to get fourth place. Max Mulder is going to come into the final sector, get ahead of Gary 131 and be a lap down. Oh, God. Gary's retired now, so, yep, Gary will finish in 6th place. And what a chaotic, weird race that was. Good old rookies. As Max Mulder comes into the final corner now. There's Gary all parked up. And Max Mulder will finish in 6th place. And we now just wait for Matt to finish his race. But what a weird but dramatic race that was. Matt's car is seen better days. But nonetheless, he is going to come home for 4th after being taken out right at the beginning of the race. And somehow he's managed to window his way up into 4th place. This race was hard for me, in tears, as they're all giggling in the party probably. Matt coming home for 4th place. What a race. That was a good laugh. As they're all now finished, I think. Oh no, we have to wait for Gary. Gary needs to retire. Gary needs to return back to the pits, but he ain't going to. He's going to sit there and linger for a little bit longer. But, wow. As Matt has joined us in the party, and I didn't think you were going to get 4th place after the start of that race, did you?
No.
It's everybody in the party with you, all 9 people.
Yeah, everybody bar Max Mulder's in the party, yeah.
Mate, this other than like not a lot of drivers, it just shows how. Oh, the other question is Sutty on the pad?
Yes.
Right, I bet he's wishing that we go back to project cars now.
He's not said that yet.
Well, you obviously missed the first race, but it was pretty dull for you until the end, and you found that Peaceful lost the wheel, Gary lost the wheel, and the Mutts Nuts.
Like Gary was parked on the apex the second part of the chicane.
Yeah.
Come for a little fast.
You might want to change the date as well, because it looked like we were going back to 1974 again.
Done that there. Sounded like you had fun though. We could hear you
just the start was just got me. You know, I think it was Monkey Boy and Nexus came together and they rolled over.
Yeah.
Is there a party? Says Max Mulder, and I'm pretty sure these boys will probably invite you to the party if need be. This one should be interesting. The Craniers, for me, should be an interesting one to watch, because these Clios, they're always great fun. They're always good to laugh at. But I'm looking at one man in particular to be good at these.
Yeah.
But
who we're looking at?
Gary 131.
Probably. Can I just say that when we used to race this, and Mike and everybody, we said, Mike's not as good as he wanted to, and it was what he was once and everything. The Fanatec is awful. It is so bad. Like, it was not designed for this game. Like, oh my days, it is so bad. Even the Mutts Nuts on his more up-to-date Thrustmaster's struggling with the steering.
Oh, the good old G29 boys. The Gary 131's probably Max Mulder, I think, is on a G29. You know. But we're now going to Donington Park, which will be the first race of the ACC season. Have fun, Matt. I was going to say best of luck, but you're not probably going to roll it.
Thank you.
But best of luck. Enjoy. And Donington Park, which will be the host of the first race of the season for the new ACC Season 4 Championship, our cross-play season for Xbox and PlayStation. Max Bold, I believe they'll be sending you an invite into the party now, so you can join them as well. 5-minute qualifying session once again, and we've got all 9 cars. Can we keep all 9 cars? That is the question. These should be a little bit better regarding keeping in one piece, as I forgot how bad the camera is on this game. As there we go. They are exiting pit lane now. And it is going to be, I believe, Max Mulder. Nope, it's not going to be Max Mulder first. It's going to be Sutty Apex first. Already got damage to the side of his car, so fantastic, Sutty. But yeah, Donington Park will be the host for the first race of the season. And who is going to be our first ever Crossplay champion. Obviously, continuing on. No Ripper by the sound of things for this season. He's opted to go to the PC route while we have gone down the PS5/Xbox route. And we could crown a new champion in Pro, or possibly re-inverse the champion. Myself and Gary believe are going to be in Pro. So ex-champions, obviously Overtaker as well, an ex-champion himself. So those guys will be back in the Pro category. But we got some new drivers as well who are going to be making their debut. Can Fury get his first ever Pro GT3 championship as well? That is the question. He should have been here tonight, but forgot to download Project Cars 2, which was a shame because Fury is quite good in these side championships, and he would have been right up his street. It's been a while since he's done these, but nonetheless, he is not here, and it's going to be Sutty Apex to start our qualifying session. Max Mulder is allowing cars through. He wants a slipstream, clearly. Monkey Boy's at a moment. So who of this lot? So Peaceful is the guy who's going to be towing everybody around. But it is going to be Sutty Apex who sets the first lap time. Let's get the map up. And he goes down the craners, somehow in one piece. Gary's already right up the rear of... I believe that is Peaceful in front of him. It is Peaceful. And like I say, Gary, we used to... Oh! Gary just shoves him out the way. Says, come on, boy, get out of the way. We got to get on with this. Matt, I don't think is too far behind either. Oh, Matt is the other end of the circuit. So who's in the other blue one? That is Nexus. He's in the other blue car. It's strange to see because obviously Gary 131, when we did have the Clios on for a championship, Gary obviously chose the black, blue and red. And his brother, Little Leach, who we haven't seen in a couple of seasons, chose the yellow one. So you knew which one the Leach brothers were. And when both of them came storming at you, it was definitely a sight to behold, the Leachy brothers coming for an attack. But Sutty will be the first one to set a lap time. And a 19.7. It's then going to be Matt, who does a 17.9. Gary hanging it sideways in the background. He's going to be the next one to cross the line. It is going to be pole position for a minute with 400ths over the rest. Peaceful and Nexus cross the line. Nexus goes faster. We should have then Max Mulder to the line. He goes P4. Monkey Boy... It wasn't Monkey Boy, sorry. It was Smokey the Mutt's Nuts. He goes P4 as Monkey Boy still not set a lap time. He's facing the wrong way. Monkey Boy, what are you doing in the number 16? Like, come on, lad. Get it together. I believe our last champion for Clios was actually our good friend Foulguest, who is no longer with us. He's obviously doing other things. He was our Clio champion. Our Ginetta GT5 champion was myself. Touring cars was Fury, and obviously Porsches we never ran a championship, or nearly did Ginetta GT4s either. So those three champions, sadly, none of them here tonight to race in their disciplines. As Sutty crosses the line, he improves. Matt, will he improve? Will he find that bit of time? He does. Gary 131 loves these Clios. He's heading to the line now. Any improvement from him? He needs to find 0.2 to go ahead of Matt. He does, and it's 0.003 of a second between those two. As Peaceful now comes towards the line, he goes P5. Then it should be Nexus. He improves, but doesn't go any higher. The Mutt's Nuts. He goes P3, 0.2, and then Smoky Devil. He goes now P4 within 1.1. And then we got Monkey Boy, who's going to try and challenge his way through the final sector. Now into the chicane he goes. He's finally negotiated it very well, and he crosses the line in the number 16 to complete his qualifying. And he improves and goes ahead of Nexus. So that is Monkey Boy done. Everyone else has got their last laps to do. And the first one to complete their lap times is Sutty Apex. As he comes into the final sector now, into the final chicane he comes. How brave is he going to be? He's going to send it into the final corner. Looks relatively clean, very aggressive as well from Sutty. Towards the line he comes. Any improvement? He goes P4. Matt, can he find that 0.003 of a second? No, he cannot. So it's just Gary 131 to cross the line. Is he going to extend his gap? No, he doesn't. He stays exactly where he is. So who's going to stop him now? As Peaceful Explosion towards the corner now, towards the line, sorry. No improvement. Nexus improves and goes P7. The Nuts gets within a 10th. The Smoky Devil take the crown. No, he goes P4 and ahead of Sutty. And then it's just Max Mulder to cross the line. And I think Max may have improved. He did. He went P6 in the end. So it's Gary, Matt, the Nuts, Smoky Devil, Sutty Apex, Max Mulder, Peaceful Explosion, Nexus, and then Monkey Boy, who is going to come out on top of this one. This should be another cracker race for sure. These Clios are great fun. They end up just sticking to the back of them, towing one another along. Who is going to come out on top? But it's Gary on pole for the first time tonight. It's been Max, it's been Matt, and now it's Gary on pole position. 2 races down, 4 to go. As we get ready to go racing here at Donington Park. National Circuit as the Res rise. We are green here as we get underway for the next race as the Clios head towards turn 1. And Gary goes side by side with the Matt's Nuts. Matt's on the outside. Matt not with the best start. And the Matt's Nuts sending it into turn 1 as they all try and negotiate into the first corner. And then heading down the crane as Gary with the best start as the rest of the guys all funnel into position. And these cars do produce some great racing as there goes Sutty. He's taking Matt out. Matt goes to the back once again. Lap 1 chaos. Once again, Matt and Sutty to the back of the pack. And Gary is leading the way from the Nuts, from Max Mulder, from Smoky Devil, from Peaceful, from Nexus, from Monkey Boy, Sutty Apex, and then Matt at the back of the pack with no boot. Bumpers are hanging off. And that car is done. So Gary leads the way. He's got Nuts in second. Then we've got the Max Mulder in third. Smoky Devil trying to find a way through. It's Monkey Boy in the background, hanging it sideways. Sutty already back up to 7th place, getting past Monkey Boy. Oh God! Trust Sutty to take Matt out on the craners. Gary, the Nuts has had a moment. That's going to allow Max Mulder to try and have a sneak away through, but he can't seem to find a way past. Smoky Devil's got a massive train behind him. Matt's not opted to repair his damage. Just Monkey Boy's dropped behind Matt. Monkey Boy's struggling with these Clios. Smoky Devil now is ahead of... Oh my God, Nexus has learned why these Clios are a bit of a handful. As the rear steps around, Matt's going to come around the corner and find Nexus facing the wrong way. As Nexus got going, he's waiting for Monkey Boy to come through. Max Mulder sticking to the Nuts as they're letting Gary disappear into the distance. And right now, the Max Mulder still sticking to the back of the Nuts. While Sutty Apex has cleared most of that traffic and is now looking to get past Peaceful Explosion and Smokey in the background, really hanging it sideways. With Matt just staying out of trouble once again, is slowly picking up places. Sutty Apex, is he going to send it into the chicane? He does on Peaceful. They go side by side, they rub doors, and Peaceful shoves him off, puts him in the grass and gravel. Sutty gets back on track. He gives him a little flash. And now Max is on the back of the Mutts Nuts, looking to try and find a way through on him as they head down towards the Craners. Smoky Devil now onto the back of Sutty Apex, who's got Peaceful with a poor exit. Peaceful shuts the door, slam on Sutty while these three are squabbling. Matt with the damage is catching them. And Monkey Boy and Nexus are having their own little scrap towards the back as well. Oh God, Cleos, they never disappoint. They're always a good laugh. Sutty though, under some immense pressure from Smokey and Peaceful. After Peaceful rudely shoved Sutty off, and he is now ahead of him. And Sutty is trying to get away from these two, but as long as they have the slipstream, they will be able to stick with them. Matt has caught them up. And it is Gary leading the way, who's got the Mutts Nuts behind him. They've slowly creeped onto the back of Gary. Gary comes across the line, a 17.7 and a 17.5 from the Mutts Nuts. And Max Mulder with a 17.4 takes him a couple of laps, but he gets the hang of these cars pretty quickly. The rookies, I think he struggled with. But Sutty now under some pressure from Smoky Devil. And Peaceful is trying to get any action, while Matt with a damaged, wounded car is catching Peaceful Explosion. Peaceful with a 20.6 with Matt an 18.3. Monkey Boy is losing out or Nexus has had a moment by the looks of things. Max Mulder has got ahead of the Mutts Nuts now. So can Max Mulder catch Gary 131? Sutty, meanwhile, is getting overtaken by Smoky Devil through Old Hairpin. And then up towards the far end of the circuit. And once again, the Mutts Nuts coming back at Max Mulder, but every time these two squabble, just allows Gary 131 to extend the gap. Very good, respectful drive in between these two. Max Mulder allows the Mutts Nuts through, but again, like I said, Gary crosses the line. He does a 17.7, while these two are back in the 18s, too busy squabbling with one another. Sutty and Smokey, they're going side by side. Matt is now on to... Matt's ahead of Peaceful, with his bumpers flailing off. As they now head up towards turn one, Sutty trying to go for the switch on Smoky Devil. Can't get the job done. Peaceful sends it on Matt. And into turn one he goes. And Matt loses the place there to Peaceful Explosion. Monkey Boy is just on a Thursday night cruise. Nexus also on a Thursday night cruise. And Gary, meanwhile, is just long gone in the distance. With the Mutts Nuts and Max Mulder, if they're clever and they work together, they can get onto the back of Gary 131 if they just tow one another. But right now, they're too busy squabbling with each other. Sutty's now trying to come back to Smoky Devil. Matt's going to try and go around the outside of Peaceful with a very, very twitchy Clio. And that's not worked at all. So Matt now is, let's see how much he's actually struggling. He's on the back end of Peaceful. We go on board with him. And a beautiful summer's day here at Donington Park. And a lot of weaving there from Peaceful. We don't want to be seeing that in a couple of weeks' time at Donington Park. And around the outside does Matt go. He's not that brave. And Peaceful holds on to the position. Meanwhile, I believe Max has lost the position to the Mutts Nuts again. And is Matt going to try and send it into turn one like Peaceful did to him? As he come up towards turn one, he's going to go for the switchback. And through the inside he goes, and he gets ahead of Peaceful. And Sutty losing time to Smokey here. Like I said, Gary, meanwhile, 16.8. Just took him a minute or two to get used to these Clios again, and he's already back in the 16s. Oh, Gary, come on, give us some entertainment. Drop behind Max and the Mutts Nuts. Have a scrap. But here they are, Max Mulder and the Mutts Nuts. Smoky Devil and Sutty Apex not a million miles away. Matt has finally done Peaceful, but Peaceful is not going to let him get away much as he runs a bit wide. And right now, all these gaps just seem to have spread out ever so slightly. Sutty at the minute still can't find a way to creep onto the back of Smokey. Peaceful is probably the closest fight at this minute. And is he going to try and send it again into turn one? Matt gets a little bit locked up, runs wide, and Peaceful nearly goes with him. As once again, Max and the Mutts Nuts are close to each other once again, but they're just allowing Gary to get further and further away. Meanwhile, Smokey seems to have got into a groove. He is now quicker than the two in front of him. Smokey goes into the right-hander. And can he catch on to the leaders? He's tagging Sutty with him. Peaceful was close to Matt. He's lost a little bit more time again. And again, Gary, 17-0. These two now matching the leader. But once again, you've allowed Gary to get comfortable out in front, and he's not going to make it easy for the rest of them to catch him. Oh, Matt's had a moment. He's had a big moment. And somehow he's kept it facing the right way. Monkey Boy still, you know, tooting along at the back. Nexus probably really struggling with these clears as they are a bit of a handful. But nonetheless, he's still going around. He's still circulating. As Gary's 8,000 up on his fastest. Even though, again, I really think that Gary should fall back and have a scrap with Max and the Mutts Nuts. We know he's got the pace to disappear, you know, but he's choosing not to. Through the chicane he goes. Will he go faster than a 16.8? I think he did. Or he's had a little moment in the chicane. So that's not going to help him out. Towards the line he comes. Or he lost 2/10. Meanwhile, these two really not catching him at this stage. Smokey and Sutty, meanwhile, they was matching one another. Sutty lost time. Matt's made the gap on Peaceful now. Peaceful not able to stick with him. And Smokey and Sutty have been just bit by bit chipping away at Max and the Mutts Nuts. But those two are really the only fight that is happening right now. We see here Max Mulder on board with him as they head up towards the right-hander. We see Gary up in the distance. He's just been sat in that view for these two for pretty much all this race. He's lost time in the middle sector, but he is right on the bumper of the Mutts Nuts. And right now, can Max Mulder, probably waiting for the last couple of minutes of this session to probably send it into the final corner they go. And both of them quicker than Gary that time round. That was Max Mulder's best lap so far. Not towards turn one they go. Once again, Max Mulder all over the back of the Mutts Nuts. He looks to the outside of the Craners, but thinks better of it. Sutty gets close to the Smoky. And Max is going to try and send it into Old Hairpin. Nope, thinks better of it. And waits for a better opportunity. Matt, even with damage, is being able to keep Peaceful at bay. Sutty's gone wide. He did get closer to Smokey, but he's lost that time now that he gained. But again, Max and the Mutts Nuts are really the only fight that's happening at this stage. So head towards the chicane once again. Again, Max Mulder not quite made enough to get the overlap that he needs. Towards turn 1 we come again. All evenly spread out, bar these two, which only 2/10 separating them. Once again, they're matching Gary. But Gary needs to really make a major mistake for anything to really happen. So we've only got 1.5 minutes left of this session. So we've got this lap and 1 lap to go after that. Into the far end of the circuit we go. And the Mutt's all over the grass there. That's Max Mulder looking to find a way through, but can't seem to find the line. Max again looking to the outside of the chicane, but can't seem to find a way through. Through the chicane they go. And again, they just, every time, they seem to just match Gary lap for lap. But Gary looks like he's got this one in the bag. And we're going to have 3 different winners for 3 different events. And there is Gary, 1,000 off his best. The Mutt's improving on his, but it's really going to mean nothing now. The rest of the guys are all kind of leveled out. But Gary is going to make it 3 different winners for 3 different events. Wouldn't it be cool? For all 6 events, we have 6 different winners. That'd be very cool. As the Mutt's still ahead of Max Mulder. Max really still giving him a hard time. But it's going to be Gary coming into the final chicane. I do think we're going to get a double winner, though, especially when we go to Snetterton and the Porsches. Oh, Gary nearly rolls the Clio, but Gary gets the win and wins the Clio division. So Gary 131 wins that one, and he goes faster as well. The Mutt's hanging in there for second. Max in third. Smoky Devil is going to come home for fourth. Fifth is going to go the way of Sati Apex. Matahimovic is slowing by the looks of things. Possibly waiting for Peaceful. I believe he is. He comes into the chicane. There is Peaceful. So Matt should finish in 6th. And he will do. Matt finishes in 6th. Peaceful will finish in 7th. Monkey Boy in 8th. And 9th will be Nexus. As I will be back in a few seconds. I will leave the game running for you all to see what is happening next. But not many short breaks in this one, so I haven't got time to go to the loo. So I will be back in a few moments' time. We are back, and we are at Alton Park Island for the next race in the Ginetta GT4s this time. And some of the boys didn't quite get the message. They were all going to go in the Aston, which I'm currently sat in at the minute, but sadly not. But we are heading into the next race. A reminder as well, guys, 2 weeks' time will be the start of the Pro-Am and Pro season, so get yourself signed up on the SimGrid or on the Discord page as well. Make sure you're all signed up so we can get you in and ready for the new season, and we can get your hot stints done as well, so we can put you in the correct category. And obviously, if you want to be an independent or in a team, we will get you sorted and put into the right places to get yourself a teammate and get yourselves ready for the new season that's coming up very, very quickly. Straight out the pits comes the car. Again, all defaults, so someone's dropped it. Sutty sped in the pit lane, so good start there for Sutty. As they all funnel out onto track. And it is Monkey Boy who comes out on track first. Alton Park Island, so not the full version, the shortened version. It's still got a hairpin, not Foster's, thankfully. Foster's is an absolute nightmare. But the shortened version, there's cars off everywhere in the background. Monkey Boy seems to be the only one who's able to make the track. Sutty's right behind. Is that Sutty behind him, or is that Matt? Oh, that is Matt, as Sutty leaves, but he's going to end up with that grid penalty anyway. So Nexus is back on track. Gary returned back to the pits, probably hitting the wall. Yep, he has got damage, so he has hit a wall. I think Peaceful was another one to actually make it round. Matt's returned back to the pits. He had damage from hitting Monkey Boy. Monkey Boy decided to carry on through. Right, well, we get this Ginetta GT4 is underway. Monkey Boy locked the rear, and the rear wanting to come round. They're still all off. Matt's taking out cones. Gary and Peaceful can't seem to keep their cars facing the right way. Peaceful is the one who's able to keep his cars facing the right way, as Monkey Boy will set the lap time first. Sutty left the session, but hopefully he can come back in. He has joined. So, Monkey Boy, going to be the first one to set a lap time. Will Sutty get into the session? I doubt it. So into the first sector goes Monkey Boy. There is Sutty, and he does keep his penalty. Who's that behind Max? That, I think, is Smokey. And Max and Smokey, but Smokey's right off. He's into the gravel and facing the wrong way. But it is Monkey Boy who's going to set the first valid lap time. Peaceful, meanwhile, he's looking quite a lot more comfortable, and it looks like the Fanatec seems to be preferring the Ginetta GT4s, as they managed to negotiate the track a lot better than the others. Is Gary still facing the right way? He is indeed. Matt's just down the road from him. There is, I believe, nope, it's Sutty Apex ahead of Matt, who's just come out of the pits, and he's got a they're ghosting anyway. Matt's hanging it sideways. Gary usually likes the car sideways, but in this case he doesn't like it sideways here. But Monkey Boy coming to the final sector, coming into the final chicane. Towards the line he comes. He's going to be the first one to set a lap time, and he's going to go provisional pole, but it's going to be Peaceful Explosion right behind him, and he goes 4/10 faster than him. I believe it will be then. Is it Nexus set lap time? Yes, it is Nexus. He's hanging it sideways. The Jaguar were probably a handful, just as much as these was, and he's now going to come towards the start-finish line. handle the beast of the Ginetta GT4. Towards the line he comes. I believe it will be Matt next towards the line. He goes P3. Matt is coming towards the line now. Will he go fastest overall? He does with a 27.4. Gary is next to come to the line, and he goes in P2. Stutty Apex coming towards the line. He ain't going to put a lap time yet. Max goes into P3. Smoky Devil and the Mutts Nuts still yet to set a time. So here comes the Mutts Nuts. He goes P3, and then it's Smoky Devil to complete a lap. Sutty will have his one and only lap. Where is Monkey Boy? There he is. He's lost out to Peaceful. Peaceful's allowed, or has gone through on Monkey Boy. And they're going to get their last laps done here. As Smoky Devil only now coming to the line. He's going to get one more lap in here, is Smoky. Oh, he didn't even... That lap wasn't validated. These two will get two more... This will be another lap for these two. So Peaceful goes across the line. He goes second. Monkey Boy stays sixth. And who's that battle? If it's Sutty's going to start last in this one. So, Matt now into the final sector. We don't know if he's up or down on his times at the minute. Splits don't work because we're not on broadcast mode. But Matt into the final corner, a bit loose. Is Matt going to improve on his lap time of 27.4? He does a 27.3. Gary's next to come to the line. Any improvement from him? He goes P4. Max behind him. Any improvement from him? No, slight improvement, but it's still Peaceful, who's in his second place at the minute. The Mutts Nuts now, P5 at the minute. No improvement. He stays where he is. There's going to be Nexus to the line. Currently 7th. No improvement. He stays in that position. Smoky Devil will not put a lap time together. Meanwhile, Peaceful looks like he's on a decent lap here. Is he going to mess it up? This is his home circuit as well. Peaceful Explosion looking good out of the final corner. He's got a second to find. Has he found that magical second? He does, and he goes fastest. Peaceful Explosion on pole. Monkey Boy comes towards the line. Peaceful nicks it. A different pole sitter now. Are we going to have a different winner? Monkey Boy starting P6 this time. Sutty will start last as he has got a one-place grid penalty. And Smoky Devil didn't put a lap time together. And Peaceful found that all in the middle and final sector. While Matt was much faster through sector 1. So we'll just hopefully get underway. There we go. And we lost. Sutty is glitching, I think. So it looks like we're going to have issues with Sutty Apex on this one, if he's even going to start. He's dancing about like a lunatic at this stage. So I doubt we're going to see Sutty Apex for this one. He's disco dancing at this minute. Good old Project Cars. Gotta miss the days, haven't you? But it's going to be Peaceful on pole. Is it going to be a fourth different winner now? So we've had, for Max Mulder winning a race, Sutty, Gary, who's next? As the res rise, we're about to get underway for the next race. Sutty did make it in. And away we go. We will go on board with Sutty and see the chaos as they go towards turn 1. As Matt gets the better start. Peaceful's going to try and hang it on the outside. No, he's 6 behind Matt. And we go through turn 1, and they're all relatively clean through turn 1. So good start for everyone there as they head towards turn 2. Will it be any better down here as Peaceful's right on the rear? And once again, everyone makes it through turn 2. Sutty's gained a few places as we now head up towards the hairpin. Oh, there we go. Matt and Mike come together. Matt's facing the wrong way, and slipping through goes the Mutts Nuts. So now the Mutts Nuts leads this race. Nexus is second. Gary is... I don't know who's where. Gary's third. Who's that? Who's that? This... Is that Sutty? Yes, that's Sutty. But it's not registering him on track in the scoreboards. So... Oh, God. Project Cars. You old silly game. So it's the Mutts Nuts currently leading away from Nexus, from Gary, from Peaceful, from Matt, from Monkey Boy, from Smoky Devil, from Max, and Sutty is actually in third. It's going to make it a 1-2 now. As Nexus runs wide, gets shoves off, and around he goes. He tries to stop the car, and he manages to spin it and gets it going again. Smoky Devil, or Monkey Boy, he's not had the best start. Good old Peaceful and Matt still racing one another, and they came together and they're still making contact with one another. Sutty is now right on the rear wing of the Mutts Nuts. The Mutts Nuts want to hang on to this one, so we make it a fourth different winner, please. That would be great. Gary's under pressure from Matt and Peaceful. Max has dropped behind them. Smoky Devil, what's happened to Smoky Devil? He's clearly had a moment and got going again. So he's possibly had a spin in turn one. Oh, Sutty's in the wall. So that's allowed everybody through, bar Max. So now Gary's defending like mad from Matt, who they're trying to catch the Mutts Nuts. And Matt is bouncing all over the curb. Got to remember not to touch that tyre wall because it will not move. And they're all following each other one by one. Matt flashing the lights, and he's not really getting anywhere with it. Nor is Peaceful. So, boy, he's just quit the flashing. It was boring back in the GT days, and it's still boring now. And Gary, is he going to try and make it 2 for 2? Or is the Mutts Nuts going to make that the widest genetic... Oh! They've come together! Where Matt Neal took out Gordon Shedden, Matt has taken out Peaceful Explosion, but they managed to keep it on track. Oh, if they were in a Honda, they would definitely both been in the gravel there. Gary 131 though is still trying to hustle the back of the Mutts Nuts. That's not quite the line, Gary. Gary's gone off there very wide. And Matt now looking to try and make a move on Gary. And Gary's still trying to make a move on the Mutts Nuts. Gary's still on the grass. So break for the hairpin. Oh. They all check up. They all get around, I think. And Matt's gone around the outside of Gary. And there's thank you very much, Gary. And Gary's like, no, I'm still going to try and take you on the inside. As they head up towards the chicane now, Sutty's got back in the action. Sutty's missed his brakes and taken out Gary. And I think he's come off worse. No, Peaceful's bashing into him. And while this is all going on, Matt's just shoved the Mutts Nuts off wide. Can the Mutts Nuts get that place back? So heading towards the further end of the circuit once again. Smoky Devil and Nexus no really closer to anyone else. Max is struggling to get onto the back of these guys. If they're too busy tripping over one another, he might be in the penalty. Oh, Matt's had a moment. And the Mutts Nuts not able to capitalise on that little twitch. Sutty's now on the back of Gary. As they head towards turn one. And Gary's gone off! Gary's gone off big time. And Gary's not winning a second race here. He's got damage to the front end of that car. And Mutts Nuts should be able... Max Mulder should be able to get him now. At the minute, the Mutts Nuts will make it a fourth different winner. As long as they keep Sutty behind him. And Sutty looks like he's got the run on the Mutts Nuts. The Mutts Nuts bends the inside. But Sutty can't find a way through. He's going for a late lunge. Down on the inside. Can he get the job done? Not quite. As Sutty bounces over the curb. Peaceful Explosion just watching these two go at it. I think Peaceful's might gain a place now because Sutty looks like he's tapped a wall. He tapped the tyre wall, I think. Doesn't look like it. It looks like he's managed to get away with not tapping the wall. So Peaceful's now gained on the back of Sati, but Sati's going to give him the right lines and braking points to try and catch the Mutt's nuts. And Matt crosses the line and extends his gap to the Mutt's nuts. And Sati still trying to look for a way past his fellow livery driver. Gary's into the pits. Obviously, he could not cope with the damage. So I think every driver has pretty much had a major crash and major damage so far tonight, which really bodes well for when the season starts. But Sati's going to send it down the inside of the Mutt's nuts. Mutt's nuts just gives him enough room. They go door banging, and through goes Sati. The Mutt's nuts, though, will try and hold it strong on the outside. They go side by side as they head down towards the chicane. Who's the bravest? Sati's the bravest, and he gets it stopped and turned in, and he is now up in the second place. Can he catch Matt now? That is the question. Sati seems to like these Ginetta GT4s. As Gary's still in the pits, will Gary come out in the middle of this squabble? That is the question. Sati looking to try and be... Oh, the Mutt's nuts has had a moment in the final corner, and that's going to allow Peaceful Explosion to get a little bit closer. Gary's still in the pit, so he's not going to be able to get involved in this scrap. So can Matt hang on and keep Sati Apex behind him? Can Sati be the first one to do 2 wins? Nexus seems to be struggling with these cars. He's got damage to the front of his, so Gary's now on his way out. Peaceful is now catching onto the back of the Mutt's nuts. And Sati Apex is bringing that gap down to Matt, while taking a lot of track limits at the same time. But down towards the chicane they come again. Sati not scared to hit the brakes on these cars. Feels quite comfortable in these ones. And up towards the far end of the circuit we go. Guys, if you haven't done so, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell to be notified so you don't miss anything here at SimPlay Motorsport, as the Mutt's nuts is now trying to defend from Peaceful Explosion. Peaceful trying to get a better run. He seems to have the better run out of the final corner. The Mutt's nuts still trying to hang in there the best he can, but he's struggling at this stage. And Matt has lost time. He done a 27 flat, while Sati done a 26-1. Sati is flying at the minute while Matt is trying to hang in there. Peaceful looking for any opportunity to get past the Mutt's nuts, but it's very difficult to do so around here at Autumn Park. Sati, though, is sent it on Matt, and Sati Apex gets through, but he has a poor exit, and Matt hits him for good measure. And up towards the chicane they come. This is where Sati seems to be very confident. Towards the back end of the circuit they go. Peaceful still not letting up on the Mutt's nuts. Smoky Devil is pressurising Monkey Boy, which they've got Gary not too far behind. As Smokey has hit the Monkey Boy. Monkey Boy's gone round, and Gary goes through. Meanwhile, Matt and Sati are side by side. Sati has sent it on Matt, and Sati now leads this race. Can he make it 2 for 2, or is Matt going to try and send it back into turn 1? Sati keeps the lead as Matt tries his very best to send it into turn 1, but he runs wide. And Sati Apex now leads this race. Sutty, so much confidence in these cars. He seems to be so good in these Ginetta GT4s. He's had a slow run through there. Matt's going to go around the outside as they head towards the hairpin. They're side by side. Matt's going to try and hold it strong on the outside. But Sutty stays on the inside, and Sutty keeps hold of the lead. Meanwhile, Peaceful still stuck behind the Mutts. Nuts can't find a way through. Monkey Boy's now starting to creep back onto Smoky Devil. They've been unlapped by Gary 131. Max is in no man's land. And Sutty once again is under pressure from Mac. Just takes Sutty and Matt to take each other out. And again, Peaceful or the Mutts Nuts will be in the pound seat for this one, which is a very high possibility that these two will come together. They start another lap. They start lap 9 here, and Matt is sticking to the back of Sutty here. He's not letting him disappear. The two behind still trailing lap times to one another. They go down into the middle sector now. It's still Sutty from Matt. Is Sutty going to make it 2 for 2? He'd love to be the one to win 2 races, and the only one to do so far. Oh, the rear end's gone a little bit loose there. But Sutty now is extending the gap to Matt, actually, and Matt is starting to lose touch, although Nexus is ahead, a lapped car, as Peaceful still can't find a way past on the Mutts Nuts. He's going to have to just follow him to the end by the looks of things. The Mutts Nuts doing a fantastic job to keep Peaceful behind him. Sutty, meanwhile, is going to look like he's going to make another race win here. Oh, Nexus has gone way off, and is he going to get right in the path of Matt? Oh, yes, he does. And Matt, a little bit crippled there now. Has got damage to the front of his car. Peaceful now, looking to try and make a move on the Mutts Nuts. He got a little bit closer that time round, but not close enough. They both run very wide. I think we got this lap and 1 lap to go. Sutty now into the middle sector he goes. Matt's a little bit crippled now after contact with Nexus. Nexus crosses the line. That's a bit crippled, that car. As Gary is looking like he's going to gain a place here, even with a pit stop. He's going to try and catch Nexus right to the end. And Peaceful still can't find a way past on the Mutts Nuts. Looking for any opportunity, any mistake, and he will pounce. And Sutty Apex pulling away from Matt with ease. And Peaceful's probably getting sick of looking at the back of that Ginetta. This is on board with Peaceful and what he can see. Oh, he's run wide. But he's managed to collect it and get it together. Oh, Peaceful running wide again. He's very wide this time. And I think Mutts Nuts will hang on to this one. Unless the Mutts Nuts makes a mistake on this last lap. I think that opportunity has gone. Matt, with the damage, though, is still lapping faster than the guys behind him. But Sutty Apex is going to make it 2 from 2. Unless he decides to bin it. Oh, Matt pushing the limits there. Gets a little bit squirrely. Peaceful just trying to get back on the Mutts Nuts again, which he will do towards the end of this race. Who's that? Nexus, I think, in having another moment. He's been lapped by everyone, by Gary 131 now. So Nexus really didn't like these cars. as Max Mulder is just going to hang in there to keep Smoky Devil behind him. But Sutty Apex into the final few corners he comes. And Sutty is going to be our first double winner tonight. In the final corner he comes. Back in the Ginetta GT4s. He enjoyed these cars and he's going to enjoy it once again because he wins here at Alton Park. Sutty Apex wins a second race. It's going to be Matt in second for this one. The Mutts Nuts is just going to hang in there right at the very end to stay ahead of Peaceful Explosion in fourth place. So they're third and fourth. Max Mulder is going to hang in there for P5. P6 is going to go the way of Smoky Devil. Monkey Boy is going to hang in for 7th. Gary's going to cross the line for 8th. As Max Mulder, has he managed to negotiate the final corner? Yes, he has. Smoky Devil's not close enough to him, so it's going to be Max Mulder from Smoky Devil, from Monkey Boy, who's now into the final corner, and then Nexus bringing up the rear, just finishing the race. Good job there from Nexus. Never really thrown himself into these kind of this game, as I think he's had another spin. He's got major damage to his car. He's got it going now. He's now come to the realization that Ginetta GT4s are very difficult to drive, especially around Alton Park. But that is that. And it's Sutty with another win. He takes the win on that one. With Matt is second, third is the Mutts Nuts Peaceful, fourth, fifth is Max Mulder, sixth is Smoky, seventh Monkey Boy, Gary eighth, and Nexus ninth. As Peaceful says, great race, Mutt that. So we enjoyed that one with the Mutts Nuts. As we now go to Snet, as we now head to the Porsches for the next race. And the GT3s is the car that they'll be getting themselves into. The Porsche 911 GT3 would have been the Carrera Cups, but it's the GT3 Porsches for these guys. Make sure all these guys pick the right car. Guys, if you haven't done so, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell to be notified so you don't miss anything here at SimPlay Motorsport. New season not far away now. Head over to SimGrid and Discord to get yourself signed up and ready for the new season, just in time for the hot stints as well. So make sure you do all those things. Fill out the sign up sheets that is on the Discord, and hoping everyone picks different liveries so I could pick out who is who. They're all picking their liveries. We've got two of the same. Nexus and Monkey Boy are the same. Oh no, they managed to change in time, so everyone's got a different livery, which makes my life 10 times easier. As we are at Snet, very long circuit this one, so they might only get possibly 1 or 2 laps in qualifying, depending how well their out laps are. But Snetterton, a track where Gary 131 is usually very, very strong, so we could see another double win, another double win here, but we shall see. But these boys will be so used to the regular GT3s that they run on ACC, and then they're going to jump into this animal for this race. So here we are at Snet for the next race. And it's going to be Nexus, the first one out. Peaceful's got a grid penalty for speeding. Fantastic. Matt comes out as well. And definitely a lot difference in sound, indeed. ACC had definitely got the sound right, because these Porsches on ACC sound amazing. On this, it's a little bit too dull. But let's have a look at the colours while they are all out on track. Sutty has gone for the camo green looking car and has put it on the grass. The Max Mulder has gone for the other camo green, but with the pink mirrors, giving us a little flash of the lights there. Gary 131's gone for the blue. Nexus has gone for the blue, white, and red stripe. We've then got Monkey Boy, who's gone in the silver, white, and green. The Mutts Nuts is in the white, red, and black in the shake and bake colours. Smoky Devils in the blue and orange. We've got Peaceful Explosion in the Prolapse colours. And then we got Matt in the black, red, and white. And I know, PN, they're very, very quiet compared to ACC, as that's Nexus going off. And he's returned to the pits. He ain't got long to get back out on track to get a lap time underneath him, as Matt is going to be the first one to set a lap time. Like I said, the one to keep an eye on will be this man. Very good in these Porsches, very good round stat, and it's definitely a duo that you do not want to come up against. Nexus is coming back out. But it's going to be Matt setting the lap time here as he comes through turn 1 up towards turn 2, towards Montreal, into the hairpin. He goes a little bit deep and then gets the apex on the exit, making sure he has a great run as he heads towards the left-hander. Tricky left-hander to get right, and then heading down a short little straight, heading up towards the next left-hander of Agostini. And make sure he has a good run through Agostini. He's a bit awkward going in mid-corner, which then heads into Hamilton, trying to abuse the inside curb as much as you dare, as he then heads down towards Oggies. Get a good exit out of Oggies as he heads into Williams, and then head down towards the Bentley straight. Very long straight this is. I believe he's got Peaceful right behind him. Yeah, he's got a little bit of a tow from Peaceful behind as you head down towards the left right into Nelson, down into the bum hole. Get a good run through there, and then into the final few corners now. Very long right-hander. It's really awkward to get right. And then into Murray's. The final corner, very tricky to get right. But Matt is going to set the pace here. Towards the start-finish line, Matt comes. And a benchmark is going to be 150.5 as Peaceful goes into the 49.9. Max goes P2, a tenth off. Where is Gary? Here he comes. Towards the line he goes, and it's only P4. Sutty, P5. Nexus, P5. As you got the Mutts Nuts coming up towards the line with Sutty Apex behind him. The Mutts Nuts, P5. Sutty, P3. And we just wait for Smokey and Monkey Boy. Monkey Boy now towards the line. Smokey goes to P7. Monkey Boy, is now next towards the line. We are on the 5th race, so this one and one more to go. Monkey Boy goes slowest of them all so far, but it's Peaceful once again on pole. But he'll have that pole stripped away because he sped in the pit lane and he's got 1 place grid penalty. So Matt's still ahead of Peaceful at the minute. So is Matt on a better lap? That is the question. Towards the sector times he comes. 8 tenths off. He's only 1.2 he's found. And Peaceful's found a 10th as well. So these guys both improving. Max is improved as well. He's got 1.8. So he's the man on the move at the minute. So we'll see how well Max does here. Where is Gary? He comes through sector. Doesn't tell me his split. So Gary at the minute, the man I thought was going to be the one to beat, is struggling. And into the final corner, Matt goes. It's a lot cleaner this time. Towards the line he comes. Is Matt going to get another pole position? The shortest run to the line he possibly can. Towards the line he goes. A 48.9. Peaceful. No improve. He doesn't. No, he doesn't improve. Max Mulder though goes into the 47s. Gary's next to come towards the line. Max Mulder, fastest of them all. Gary to the line, stays 5th. Gary and the Mutts, Sutty and the Mutts Nuts dragging to the line. Are they on an improved lap? That is the question. The Mutts Nuts to the line. He does improve. Sutty doesn't. He stays where he is. Smoky Devil to the line now. Smoky Devil crosses the line. He improves, but doesn't go any higher. It is just Monkey Boy now to set a lap time. Where is this going to put him overall? Towards the line comes Monkey Boy. And that is qualifying done for Snet. Monkey Boy improved, but doesn't go any higher than 9th. But it's Max Mulder on pole. And Matt with him on the front row. Peaceful will drop behind. Then it's a night race. Lovely. So into the night we go. I don't know if Matt deliberately set it to a night race, but here we are. So it's Max on pole, Matt 2nd, Sutty 3rd, Peaceful 4th, 5th is the Mutts Nuts, Gary is 6th, 7th is Smoky Devil, 8th is Nexus, and 9th is Monkey Boy. Don't know if Gary got a few more grid penalties, because he ended up 6th in the end. Of course, no, the Mutts Nuts improved, so Gary dropped back. So Gary's got a lot of work to do around here at Snap. As we get ourselves ready to go. Max Mulder on pole. Matt versus Max at night here at Snetterton. And we are green and away we go. Sutty got an absolute flyer and makes contact with Matt. That's going to allow the Mutts Nuts to go around the outside. And into turn 1 we go. And Sutty Apex and Matt Imovich once again come together. Smoky Devil and Gary have come together and they've got damage, like major damage. So that's a great start. Can't really see a lot at night, so thanks, Matt. Max leads the way. Matt hasn't got any lights. Matt wants to turn his lights on, or else he'll be disqualified. Or he's just been hit so many times, he's just lost his lights. No, his lights still work, so... Anyway, Peaceful is now on the back of Monkey Boy. After Monkey Boy avoiding all the chaos and action, he's in 6th. But Max Mulder still leads the way from the Mutts Nuts, from Sutty, who had a great start thanks to the pad advantage. Got him ahead of Matt Imovich. And Sutty Apex looking to try and make a move on the Mutts Nuts. He goes to the outside. When it gets to the left-hander Brundle, he switches to the inside now. He's going to send it on the Mutts Nuts. And he makes slight contact with him. And there goes the Mutts Nuts. The contact has been made. And the Mutts Nuts goes off. Sutty Apex now up in the 2nd place. And Gary's just possibly struggling with damage now with the contact with Smoky Devil. But they're all still relatively close to one another. Matt and Sutty going at it into the final corner. Oh, there goes Nexus. He's lost the rear. And is facing the wrong way, but he's managed to get it going and got going pretty quick. And into turn 1 they go. Matt finally decides to put his lights on, as Gary and Nexus both come into the pits. Gary once again having to serve damage. Matt's on the grass and almost hits Sutty. So in a minute, oh, Sutty's hit the curb and around he goes into the wall. Max is long gone. He's off into the distance with no one near him. Matt is now in 2nd, but he's got the Mutts Nuts hunting him down. Peaceful explosion just behind him. Sutty's managed to redeem himself and got going again. Monkey Boy is in 6th, Nexus in 7th. Gary's got going. Smokey, I'm not sure what's going on here with Smokey. He's missed the pits by the looks of things. Oh, he's got that much damage to the front end of his car. He can't get into the pits. He's just hit the pit wall. So Smokey Devil with major damage. He's now in the pits, and he's just sped in the pits as well. As Peaceful's flashing his lights, Sutty's decided to turn his lights off. Oh, there goes the Mutt's Nuts, I think. He's gone straight on. He has, but he's managed to collect it together. He's given back the time though, so now Peaceful's right on the rear end. There is a Sutty Apex behind them, but you can't see him. And Peaceful's looking into the final corner and he can't find a way through there. We've now glitched into Nexus there. Good old Project Cars, I forgot it does that. So now the Mutt's Nuts is ahead of Sutty and Peaceful. They go door banging up towards turn 1. And Peaceful hangs in there and stays ahead. And the Mutt's Nuts goes deep. Peaceful is still ahead of Sutty Apex. Meanwhile, Max has had a moment, and now Matt leads this race. So Max has lost it somewhere and has lost the race lead. It's Matt now leading the way. Matt leading in a Porsche. That doesn't make sense. But he is doing so. As they all now funnel towards the left-hander and they head up towards Hamilton, and Sutty has got ahead of Peaceful. They're too busy flashing lights at one another. Gary is into turn 1, all on his lonesome self after damage from contact with Smokey Devil. It's now Matt leading the way from Max Mulder, but here comes Max Mulder in the Porsche. That's in the Porsche because they're all in Porsches. Oh, Sutty's dropped the rear. He's in the wall. Yeah, Sutty Apex is in the wall. That's not going to be 3 wins now. Monkey Boy might get him at this rate. Reversed onto the curb. There is Monkey Boy. He's not quite on the scene. But Peaceful now, working on the back of the Mutt's Nuts. He gets right on the rear of him. I think that was slight contact there. As Matt still leads. Max Mulder giving them the flash. Telling him, look, I'm coming, buddy. I'm going to come and get you. And he's giving really excessive flashes there. We've got 10 minutes left of this session. Max Mulder had a very good turn 1. He's got right on the rear wing of Matt. Into turn 3 they go. And Max looking to try and find a way pass on Matt. And once again, Peaceful is stuck behind the Mutt's Nuts, same as he was earlier on in the Ginetta GT4s. Max really wants the second win. Matt wants his first. And Matt driving like a touring car driver and just popping it on the apex. And the Mutt's Nuts seems to have extended that gap to Peaceful. Peaceful's just dropped back. And Sutty's staying well ahead of Monkey Boy. Nexus has got Smokey Devil a lap down behind him. Gary's in no man's land, so it's really just the top 4 we're going to be looking at here. And Max and Matt are going at it for the lead of this race. Max has decided to turn his lights off to try and put Matt off. But while these two are holding each other up, the Mutt's Nuts and Peaceful are gaining on the leaders. Max couldn't be any further behind Matt if he tried. Pretty much pushing him. Oh, the Nuts has dropped the rear. He's dropped the rear. And around he goes. And Peaceful says, thank you very much. And through he goes. Max, meanwhile, was still on the back of Matt. And Peaceful has now joined the party. Max has gone wide. And as they go up towards the middle sector now, Max is going to try and send it into the left-hander. He's all over the curb, and he can't quite get the... He has got the job done by the looks of things. They door right the hell up towards Hamilton. Peaceful sitting and watching the whole thing. Matt's going to stay brave on the outside. Oh, as Matt runs wide, he goes onto the grass. He's going to hold it strong into Oggies. Is he going to send it down the inside? He does. Here comes Peaceful on the inside of Max, though, into Williams now. But he still holds it strong on the outside, and how all three of them managed to get through that sector, I don't know. Max is on the grass and needs to get off the grass. And he's going side by side with Peaceful. It gives him the flash of the lights. Oh, they make contact. Matt and Peaceful come together, and Matt's gone off. I think Matt's gone straight on. Yes, he has. He has to give that time up, obviously. But Matt choosing to straight line it. And Peaceful's now coming around the outside of Max. He's going to try and do it around the outside. He'll have the inside for Murray's, but Max defends the inside. And, oh, they make contact with Matt again. The Nuts will slowly creep back onto these guys, and Sutty as well. And this is the closest racing we've had yet. So, Peaceful, Max. No, Peaceful's got nowhere to go. He's got boxed in. He goes wide on the outside. And he loses out there to the leaders, and that's allowing the Nuts to get back onto the rear of him. Now, if they hold each other up again, Sutty, meanwhile, was fastest of everybody. No, Gary is at a 49.5. Useless lap times, though, when you're down in 8th place and on your own. Max, meanwhile, is trying to still find a way past Matt. These are doing 54s at the front. As Jurassic says, hey, hope you're all doing well. Thank you, Jurassic Jam. We're doing very, very well. Thank you. Yourself? As Matt is still trying to hang in there. He's got Max breathing down his neck again. And he's trying to get an overlap. And he has done so. Matt's going to stay to the inside, though, of Brundle into Nelson as they go down the Bentley Straight. They are side by side. Max is going to send it into the chicane. Oh, and he makes contact with Matt again. Matt's rear bumper is really taking some bumping tonight in these Porsches. They've only got 4 minutes left. And Max, nearly sees an opportunity, but Matt shuts the door. Peaceful's back on the scene again. The Nuts was on the back of Peaceful and has lost time and is now back with Sutty. Once again, Peaceful is back with the leaders. This is from the roof cam. And Max has sent it on Matt. They both run wide. Matt's gone really wide. And it's Peaceful now going to send it on Max Mulder. Oh, he nearly hits the back of him. And then Matt joins in on the scene. Sutty, meanwhile, has been lapping faster than anybody else, other than Gary 131, who's in the 49s. So Gary, what could have been, turned into a disaster. And I think Max Mulder now, whether he makes another mistake, will probably extend this gap now with only 3 minutes left to go. Matt's gone wide, so he's lost some momentum there. Sutty's now got ahead, well, they're still side by side. Sutty's gone around the outside and has got the job done, and he's going to stay on the outside for Hamilton and goes ahead of the Nuts. Good move there from Sutty Apex. Meanwhile, Peaceful still within half a second of Max Mulder. And look at this, Peaceful now in the slipstream of Max Mulder as they head towards Brundle and Nelson, and a little bump once again. Max becomes unsettled. Matt's back on the back of these two once again. Max can't get off the gravel. Into the bomb hole they go. Still, these three go at it for the lead of the race. And Sutty, if anything happens, Sutty will gain another win. Be 2 wins for him. Sorry, 3 wins if he gets it. But would it be Max's second after winning the Ginettas earlier on? Peaceful hasn't had a win yet, nor has Matt. So either of these two would really like to win here. Oh, Max has dropped the rear and he's gone round, and Peaceful's hit him on the way through, straightened him up, and there you go. Max can still race on. I think this might be the last lap as well. So Peaceful, if he can hang in there, he's going to win in the Porsches around Snet. Max is back behind Matt again. And like I said, if anything happened to the leaders, Sutty was going to be on them. And they've had a little tripping. Oh, and Max again tries to get past Matt. This is going to allow Peaceful to disappear in technically what's going to be the cars next season, the GT3s on ACC. And Peaceful is looking good for this one. If he could just hang in there for a couple more, well, just a minute left to go, and try and hold them up so he doesn't have to do another lap. Sutty Apex, meanwhile, isn't quite gaining enough. Gary's had a moment. He was in the 49s, 48s, and now he's back to the 55. So he's had a trip somewhere. Matt onto the curb. He's a little bit loose. Sutty's just there, but he's going to run out of time, I think. As Matt's trying. Oh, he's had a big moment. Oh, he's held on to it. And Max is going to go running outside. Max has gone onto the grass. Max has gone way off. And that's going to let Sutty through now. Where is Max? There he is. Sutty goes through. So now it is Peaceful to the line, and Peaceful is going to win it. Peaceful wins the Ginetta GT. He wins the Porsche Carrera Cup, and he wins this one. Matt in second. Sutty is going to come home for third. Max will finish in fourth. The Mutts Nuts will finish in fifth. Gary is caught. Monkey Boy. Smoky Devil's spinning. Where's Nexus? He's in the final end of the circuit. He's not finished yet, so all these guys still yet to finish. Nexus is facing the wrong way. Monkey Boy here. Can he hang on to 6th place? As Gary 131 is right behind him and with damage. Oh, Smoky Devil is going to finish in 9th. Oh, it's Monkey Boy and Gary just squabbling over the last couple of corners. It's a drag race. Smoky 9th, and it's going to be... Oh, it's Gary on the line. Gary pips him on the line there. As Monkey Boy goes to 7th, Nexus will finish in 8th. He's facing the wrong way, and I think, again, he's having issue. He's really struggling with Project Cars tonight, but nonetheless, it's been fantastic to watch. Wow. Great action once again. Nexus is not going to finish another race again. And Nexus crosses the line. And we have got one more race to go. The whole reason this TOCA package was started in the first place, it is the touring cars around Silverstone National, and it'll be interesting to see what cars these guys pick. It's going to be the last race of the evening, and we shall see what these guys choose to run. Oh, as Matt has decided to leave the session. Not sure why, but he has done. I've now got controls, so that's fantastic. Oh, no, not them. I'm not sure where Matt has gone. Oh, new lobby. He's going into a new lobby for some reason. So, yeah. So, guys, if you haven't done so, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell to be notified so you don't miss anything here at SimPlay Motorsport. Also, the new season is upon us. It's only 2 weeks away. Pro-Ams will be on the 7th of February, while Pros will be on the 8th. And we will get things underway at Donington Park for the first race of the season. So if you haven't done so already, please head up to the sign-up sheets on SimGrid and also on the Discord page as well. Get yourself signed up and ready for the new season, as we will get things underway very shortly, as Matt finally gives me an invite. And yeah, we should be a interesting race for sure. We're going to win cars around Knockhill. It needs to be 15 minutes, and it's going to rain as well. So lovely to see that. But everyone opted in for either the BMW or the Megane, by the looks of things. The best two cars, really. And yeah. And I'm not sure why we got 20 minutes of this. Should only be 15. As Jurassic Gemma says, I would love to try and get involved. As long as you've got a PS5 or an Xbox there, then yes, you can get involved. And like I said, head over to SimGrid or head over to Discord. Should all the information be in our information below. And it's going to get moist. Yes, it is going to get wet here at Knockhill, traditional style. But we will get things underway. It is going to be a late one here by the looks of things, though. And yeah, get yourself signed up, Jurassic Jam. It'd be awesome to see you on track. And I will remind you guys of the calendar as well. So like I said, Donington Park will start things off this season, with it being the 7th of February. From then onwards, it will be Zolder at round 2, and that will be an evening race. Round 3 will be the Nürburgring. That will be an early morning race, with round 4 being Imola. Round 5, Autumn Park. Round 6, Silverstone. Round 7 is our night race at Monza. Round 8 is Azuka. Round 9 is Spa-Francorchamps. And round 10 will be at Kyalami, the final race of the season. I got a PS4. Sadly, it will not. Sadly, they're not cross-platform on that one. And yeah. Does that say 4 or 5? Yeah, it says PS4. Oh, Nexus has discovered that the BMW is a handful. So, choices of cars, they're all gone pretty boring. It's either the BMW or the Megane. Whoever's gone BMW is brave. So we got Nexus in the BMW. Gary's gone BMW, but he loves that thing. Smoky Devil's in the Renault. The Muttnuts is in the Renault. Peaceful is in the Renault. Monkey Boy's in the Renault. Max is in the BMW. And Matt is in the BMW. Matt is going to be the first one to set a lap time here at Knockhill. Very difficult track to get right, and Matt's hanging it sideways. There's a few close cars on track. Nexus is ahead of... and he's hit Sutty. Sutti's now facing the wrong way and back to the pits he goes. BMW drivers are realising that this is probably not the option, bar Matt and Gary. Gary loves this car. The Megane should be banned, agreed. And Matt sets the lap time of 51.6. Sutti comes out of the pits. Nexus has gone off. Gary's in a gaggle of cars. Oh, he exits sideways out of the final corner as they head up towards the start-finish line now. And Gary to the line. As he goes fastest? No. And Peaceful goes into P3. The Mutts Nuts goes P2 now. These cars are Monkey Boy, and he's at Peaceful off as well. They've all just pirouetted off. Max has gone off as well. Oh god, the Megane should be banned. It is an OP car, but the ones who are driving it seem to be struggling with it. Matt comes to the line now. He seems to be the only one facing the right way. Matt towards the line. Does he improve? He does by a couple of tenths. Who's that behind him? That's Sutti starting a lap. Where's Gary? There is Gary. He's stuck behind Smokey at the minute, who's gone very deep in the final corner. This is going to get messy. Who's that behind Gary? That is the Mutts Nuts. I know a lot of these guys like to race these touring cars on project cars. They should be relatively good at these. Gary still in 6th. Oh, Smokey's gone off. The Mutts Nuts gets ahead of him now, so all the Renault Meganes are all just slowly finding their feet. Matt's off somewhere, I'm not sure where. Sutti's on taking out cones. Next is still not put a lap time together. Yeah, this is going to get interesting. Sutti towards the line. What's he going to put in? No improvement. Where is Gary? Gary's got behind Smokey again, while the Mutts Nuts has cleared the pair of them. So what can the Mutts Nuts do? And the Mutts Nuts comes to the line. Does he improve? No. Oh, he does, sorry. He gets 6/10. Gary's stuck behind Smokey. There comes Peaceful. He finds half a second of Matt. Monkey Boy now goes into 5th. Yeah, Project Cars 2 is a PS4 game, but we're primarily going to be on ACC. This is just a fun event. Sadly, we won't be doing Project Cars again. We might do it for a couple of fun events, but that's about it. We won't be back on here. We'll be back on the PS5 for ACC, I'm afraid. Max Mulder now getting the hang of the BMW, somehow goes 2nd. Matt towards the line, no improvement. Who's next towards the line? That is Nexus. He gets a lap time on the board. The Mutts Nuts now coming to the line. And he gets within a 10th. Gary will not put another lap time on the board. He only goes 6th. Peaceful gets within a 10th of Matt as the rest of the guys come through. Monkey Boy goes 5th. Sutti, where's Sutti? He's on a lap currently. He's in the far end of the circuit. That looks like Max Mulder. Sutti is up. Max is facing the wrong way. Sutti Apex is currently in 6th. Revs the hell out of that car. Matt's on a lap as well. But Sutti towards the line. Does he improve on 6th? He does not. Matt will extend the gap to 3/10. And then it's just Max to the line. And I believe then it is just Nexus to complete a lap time. Who else is on a lap? Is it Peaceful? No. Just Nexus, I believe. Nexus to the line. No improvement, I don't think. Right, final race tonight. A 20-minute race around Knock Hill. Looks like we've got weather coming in as well, so it could be a messy one for sure. As we are about to get underway for the final race tonight here at Knock Hill in the touring cars. Matt's on pole, and watch this. Great. This is going to be a bloodbath. As the res rise, we may not see all these cars finish because I kind of have a rough idea of what's going to happen. This is what we call a Sutty-esque kind of setting. And we go into turn one. And so far, so good for Matt. He's pulled away. And I go up towards the middle. Peaceful's on two wheels. And they're all wide. They're all bumping into one another. I'm just looking up into the sky to see when the rain clouds are coming in. But Peaceful's hanging in there against the Mutt's Nuts. Sutty's in fourth. We've got Max going around the outside. Monkey Boy sent it to the hairpin. And he goes through. Gary's in seventh. Smoky Devil's in eighth. Ninth is Nexus. And the BMWs will suddenly realise that wet weather is their friend. Because the BMW seems to be very good in the wet, but terrible in the dry. But right now, Matt is still leading. Sutty's gone off. It's going to cause this Constantina effect going up onto the jump. And how they managed to all get through that, I do not know. Gary was the biggest loser of all of that. Sutty's going to send it on the inside of Smoky Devil. Sorry, Max Mulder. And he's not going to get the job done. And Sutty's going to send it into the hairpin. And now, oh, he's been hit by Smokey. Gary gains down all of them. And Sutty drops to the back as now Matt has a gap to Peaceful Explosion. Matt has to go straight on at turn one. The Mutt's Nuts is within range. And so far, it is looking pretty good for Matt and Peaceful. They've disappeared into the distance. Peaceful has now got a win. Matt hasn't. So is Sutty going to be the only double winner tonight? That is the question. Towards the far end of the circuit we go. And Matt still leads from Peaceful. Peaceful's got a little bit closer. Matt can't afford to make a mistake. Doesn't really make the corner. Smokey is now lost out to Gary. Oh, sorry, Gary did capitalize earlier on. And now Peaceful. Yeah, it's definitely a great circuit, but it's about to get really interesting in a minute. Because I know what these lot are like. And they probably would have done something that makes no sense whatsoever. As you can see, it was beautiful clear skies, and we can see the cloud now starting to build up. Matt's decided to pit because he knows what's coming, while the rest don't. Matt's pit for wets when it's now starting to rain. And it is way too early for that. He's going to waste his time. Sutty's come in because he's got damage anyway. And now the rain begins, and everyone knows it's coming, and it's just going to be just wet. All these guys are currently on track. We'll probably give it maybe a lap or two before they opt to pit for the wets. The Megans should be fine for most of this. It's the BMWs that really kind of need to come into the pits now to put the wets on. Matt's actually lost out to Sutty here. I think Sutty hasn't changed tyres. So Peaceful, meanwhile, he's opted into pit now. The Mutts Nuts has stayed out. Monkey Boy now comes in. Max Mulder stays out. Is Gary going to stay out? Yes, he is. All the McGanns opt into pit. Well, the BMWs opt in to stay out. I don't think it's wet enough yet anyway. So you can see here the Mutts Nuts having no issues whatsoever, nor is Max, nor is Gary. So the guys are on the wets may have gone a little bit too early. There's only now starting to become some spray as Peaceful hasn't been dropped yet or gone. In comes Nexus. Peaceful's now gone as Matt goes through. Nexus has missed his pit stop. And like I said, the BMW runners will be over the moon that it started raining because the BMW handles really well in the wet. The Mutts Nuts comes in, as does Max Mulder. Gary's struggling with traction. And that's the wet weather. Gary's missed his pit box. Fantastic. Sutty's opted to stay out on the slicks, like Sutty does. He's decided to finally pit though. Matt has got quite a large gap over Peaceful now. So it's Peaceful and Monkey Boy going at it in the two McGanns. Where's the Mutts Nuts? He's now coming out of the pits. Has Max Mulder changed tyres? I don't think he has. So Max Mulder comes back out on track. Or I think he has, actually. Yeah, I think he has. He would be facing the wrong way otherwise. And now everyone's spread out lovely. So it's Matt from Peaceful, from Monkey Boy, from the Mutts Nuts, from Max Mulder, and Gary131, from Smoky Devil, from Sutty, and from Nexus. I'm not sure what's happened here. Sutty is very slow. I'm not sure why Sutty is slow. I think the AI is in his car. He's so slow. I think the AI is in that car. Max is now got onto the back of the Mutts Nuts, and this is, like I said, where the BMW just seems to be so much better in the wet. Smoky Devil is actually pressurizing Gary in these wet conditions. Oh, Gary's had a moment. Is the Mutts Nuts? Is Smoky going to get him? He gets the undercut, and he will go through the inside. Gary's not brave enough on the outside, and Smoky Devil goes through. And now Max is looking to make a move on the Mutts Nuts. But at the minute, it is still Matt in front of Peaceful, in front of Monkey Boy. Ahead of the Mutts Nuts, ahead of Max, ahead of Smoky, ahead of Gary. That's the murder AI, yes indeed. Matt's put snow, but it will do nothing because it's in the middle of summer. So, good job, Matt. Don't get that. Has he gone off? No, Peaceful's had a moment. He's gone off. Yeah, so not really much happening in this one. Max has lost time to the Mutts Nuts. And right now, Matt's still got a healthy lead at the minute. Max is the only one matching his lap times at the minute. I say that, he's now gone back into the 55s. Matt's the only one in the 54s. This is your closest fight on track. It is now a blizzard by the looks of things. Anyway, while this is happening and not much going on, make sure you head over to SimPlay Motorsport's Instagram and Facebook page and be a part of our socials. Also, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell to be notified so you don't miss any of the action here at SimPlay Motorsports. Within a week's time, we will have the new season underway as we start things off at Donington Park for the first race of the season. And we will have Pro and Pro-Am all ready to go for the first race of the season. And like I said, if you want to be a part of that action, head over to the SimGrid and Discord, get yourself signed up. And now we got fog, and now we got all sorts of mess. No one can see where they're going. 2 cars have gone off. That is Max Mulder and the Mutts Nuts. Another car's off that I can't even see. I think, yep, that is Nexus. Apologies, stream, but all we're looking at is just white. We're just looking at just a white blizzard. Max has gone off. So, yeah, I honestly don't know what these guys are looking at. Go on board with Mike. Yeah, they got a better view, but it is still guessing of where corners are, braking zones, other cars. We'll stay on board with Mike because, like I said, it's the only way we can see what's actually happening on track. But make sure you sign up. GT3s will be bringing you the action in 2 weeks' time. Do your hot stints. You won't be able to race unless you've done your hot stints, and they have to be 6 consecutive valid laps around Barcelona as well. Total whiteout, says PN. Very good there, very good. So you need to do the hot stints, get them into the admin team, and we will get you into the right category. Once you've done it once, that is it. A reminder as well that Barcelona isn't on the calendar, so you won't have to worry too much about setups and stuff around there. It's just to find out what category you're in. And make sure you take a photo of your track stats as well. As Mike is doing a very good job of negotiating the blizzard. Monkey Boy is probably his best result so far. He hasn't got any wipers. He doesn't like to be Dean Wasaki and avoid having the wipers on. The Mutts Nuts also just surviving. Max obviously had a ding dong with someone or something. Nexus is stuck behind Gary. Gary's had a trip somewhere. And like I said, if we go on the outside, that's all we see. So that's fantastic. Matt's gone off somewhere. He's had a moment as well. We will go back to his roof cam any better? Yeah, the roof will do. And that's Matt's view. He's coming up to lap a few cars. He's got to make sure he doesn't hit any. He goes around the outside of Matt, and Gary just pushes him wide. I remember Matt running a little bit wide there beforehand in the Knock Hill Ginetta GT5 race, but yeah. This time Gary 131, give him a little shove this time. That looked fair to me. As Peaceful is now caught onto the back of Matt, thanks to Gary giving him a little shove. But Peaceful now, can he get another win, or is Matt going to try and hang on and win this one? That's the only way we can see the action. And we'll stay on board with these two. They head up towards the hairpin. And Matt's still in front, ahead of Peaceful. Monkey Boy's only actually 6 seconds behind these two, so oh, Matt has missed the first corner massively. Peaceful struggling to find gears as we've got 5 minutes left of this race. Matt's gone off. The exit curve is a little bit lethal now, so the BMWs are going to love that. And Peaceful can't find a way through at this stage. Where is Monkey Boy? Oh, Monkey Boy's had a moment, so he's lost out. The Nuts is being hunted down by Smoky Devil. Smoky Devil's caught him. Max has gone off. Gary's having a moment. Sati's seeming to be fine. Oh, who's that? That's Max, I think, off. Yes, it is. Oh, Max has been hit by somebody. Sati Apex, I think. He's back on his roof. Back on his wheels, I mean. Matt goes into turn 1. Doesn't know what he's coming to because there's all sorts of chaos just ahead of him. As Peaceful is just trying to tiptoe his way through. Probably to the section that he's hoping Matt will mess up. Into the puddle and then try and avoid the outside puddle. Monkey Boy is trying to stay ahead of the Mutt's Nuts. Smokey's trying to catch the Mutt's Nuts. Oh, Mutt's Nuts has gone very wide and just missed the corner. How will these two negotiate the chicane? Oh, Mutt's Nuts survives it better. We are pretty much in Scotland, so this is the kind of weather they have up there. So not really in summer though. Nexus has opted to pit. I would have opted to retire. It is that like confusing of where anything is. These two have managed to figure out the line through the chicane. They are coming up to a lapped car. I don't know what lapped car that is that they are coming to. That is a Max Molder, so this could get a bit dicey as Peaceful's decided to run the grass. You're not in a Honda Civic this time, Peaceful. You're in the Megane. Head up towards the hairpin. Max has gone very, very wide. A lot of wheel spin from the BMW ahead, as you can hear. Matt's flashing the lights as Max has dropped the car, and in the wall he goes. The Mutt's Nuts has lost out to... Oh, he's onto the water, and that's why Sutty dropped it earlier back there. They're now coming up to Gary 131 in the other BMW, who's really struggling at this minute. Gary's catching Max somehow. Of course, Max was dropping it in the final corner, and Peaceful has got ahead of Matt. Matt stayed ahead. Only a couple more minutes left of this session. Oh, there's a car in the middle of the track. That is Nexus. He obviously hasn't got very far. BMW struggling for traction. We're probably going to have 2 more laps here as they cross the line. Mutt's Nuts has got back ahead of Smokey. Smokey tries to get the cut back and get a better run, but can't do so because Mutt's Nuts has got him covered. Matt's still managing to hang on against Peaceful. And Smokey looks to the outside. There's a car in the middle of the track there. I believe that, yep, that is Max Molder. Gary's now gone ahead of Max. Smoky Devil and the Mutt's Nuts still going at it as they come up to... Oh, Mutt's has gone straight on. He's definitely gone. Gary, if he negotiates this, he'll get Smoky Devil, which he does. And we're back to the leaders. Matt has gone very wide in turn 1. Peaceful is going to send it into turn 3. Contact is made. Matt still hangs on to the lead. This will probably be the last lap. They go over the chicane. Matt's hit the puddle, but Peaceful's gone round. Oh, Matt's not had the best exit either. Both of them messed it up. And Matt is going to hang in there to make it one win for him if he makes it to the line. Nexus, I believe, has... Who's retired? I believe it is... The Nuts is retired. I don't know why he's retired, but it's going to be Matt who's going to win this one. We're not going to see it from the outside because we can't see anything. But Matt will win the last race. Peaceful will finish in second. Monkey Boy will finish in third. I believe that is Max trying to get to the line. He will finish in seventh. Monkey Boy is going to finish in third. The BMWs are pretty much trashed other than the BMW of Gary. So Monkey Boy will finish in third. Don't know what the penalty was, but he's managed to get away with it. Gary is going to get lapped again by Smoky Devil here. But Gary's going to hang in there for fifth. That traction from the BMW stays ahead. And Gary will finish in fifth. Smoky was in fourth. Sutty will finish in sixth. And that is that. That is the TOCA night. Matt gets the win in the end with a bit of a bonkers end race, that one. Peaceful actually got the fastest lap of the race towards the end of that. But thank you all for watching. It's been a great night's worth of racing here on the TOCA package. Next time we'll be live is back for the actual season for the GT3s, returning to Donington Park for the final race of the season. The first race of the season. It's been a long night, guys. My bed is calling me. And yeah, we shall see you in 2 weeks' time when we will be live at Donington Park for the first race of the season, Pro and Pro-Am. Make sure you head over to the Discord and the SimGrid if you want to be a part. And make sure you get your hot sits done and dusted so you can get on track. And see you all in 2 weeks' time at Donington. Good night.